high. I know how it feels to be abandoned on the street. That sinking feeling, being stranded in the deep. We've reached rock bottom, hit the to the cold concrete. We'll rub around and still Savannah. Anxious souls can't sleep. Nevertheless, I'm living life like a lioness, lying and hiding till the time is right. You might read it as idleness. It's an nihilistic violence. It's kill or die, no pillow fights, no feathers fly. There's no denying it. Stray little kitty, wandering on the street. This place isn't pretty, but it belongs to me. I stay busy, constantly watching. I see so many things nobody wants to see. Looking at life through the cat's eyes. Looking at life through the cat's eyes, cat's eyes, cat's eyes. I know how it feels to be abandoned on the street. Anytime I fall, I will be landing on my feet. Dancing on the beach, I never miss a step. And when I hiss, it isn't disrespect. It just means I'm a bit suspect. I'm at existence like a scientist. I try and fit the different pieces into weave until I finally find a fix. So don't confuse my cold quiet attitude for shyness. This happens if you live a life categorized as highway. Stray little kitty, wandering on the street. This place isn't pretty, but it belongs to me. I stay busy, constantly watching. I see so many things nobody wants to see. Looking at life through the cat's eyes. Looking at life through the cat's eyes, cat's eyes, cat's eyes. I know how it feels to be abandoned on the street, hanging on for dear life is standing for me. I see in the dark through neon and sparks, and what you say today I call surreal. It's hard to refine line between a feline and a feel. It's hard, I feel it's dark. Scratch the veneer and feel the stuff concealed inside. I claim these streets and made of mine. It could take me any time from day to night. The dangerous life, but I ain't the type to stay inside. Stray little kitty, wandering on the street. This place isn't pretty, but it belongs to me. I stay busy, constantly watching. I see so many things nobody wants to see. Looking at life through the cat's eyes. Looking at life through the cat's eyes, cat's eyes, cat's eyes. Cat's eye, little kitty. Cat's eye, little kitty. Oh, cat's eye, little kitty. Cat's eye, little kitty. Oh, cat's eye, little kitty. Cat's eye, little kitty. Oh, cat's eye, little kitty. Cat's eye, little kitty. Oh.
In his eyes with the spikes of a trident. I am Titus, pay attention. You might find out just why life is exciting. Shit inviting, igniting it like firelighters. Lost count to the firefight since I arrived. A life of violence, take no shit, so I'd be lying if I claim I died fine. It was all a dream, forced a millennium before it was all so serene. Now war is all we see. We've been brought to relieve the forged world that the orcs have received. We've called in a fleet, but before we can reach it, the manufacturer cannot fall over a deep shit. So we get dropped from a thunderhawk to the street, to the horde, to the greenskins. Let them come for me. I'm Ultramarines, second company. Getting comfy with the endless waves they send this way. It's pleasant fun for me. The whole bloody reason we're born and we breathe. Born from a G-seed, whole different breed. Won't falter, a load, I'm a bolter, a all till I see the result of a cheat. And assaulted the forces of forest till ultimately he also forced to his things and wait for his skull to be cleaved with the chainsaw. I pull from his sheath. The clamour of battle's a wonderful thing. Hear the thunder hammer, dulcimer sing. Pulls on the strings of your heart when things get hard. Who you gonna call? Ultramarine. I am Titus, pay attention. You might find out just why life is exciting. Shit ain't fighting, igniting it like firelighters. Lost count to the firefight since I arrived. a sword to the fore, won't fall for the schemes. When I get a hold of them, I'll give a whole different meaning to hurt, so that even the souls are screaming for mercy. Soon to get see that a theme is emerging. Ultramarines will be cleaning and purging these heretics, leaving them permanently derelict. That's how we roll like loaded dice, always get a six, so never miss. When it hits, my nemesis, never off, won't know what the heck it is. Destined to rest in the segmentum tempestus, guess I didn't let him live. Heavy weapon shit, even the power that comes out of the muzzle of my mouth a gun now will pelt to nothing in comparison to the suffering of hell to come out. So join our congregation and enjoy that conflagration. Civilization a wedding and flame, when eligible for compensation. End of conversation. Titus, pay attention. You might find out just why life is inciting shit, inviting it, igniting it like firelighters. Lost count to the firefight since I arrived. A life of violence, take no shit, so I'd be lying if I claim I died as virus. I am Titus, pay attention. You might find out just why life is inciting shit, inviting it, igniting it like firelighters. Lost count to the firefight since I arrived. A life of violence, take no shit, so I'd be lying if I claim I died as virus.
Of compiling my own compliments. Complaints are confidential, so no one knows my abilities are limited to lying. I'm a living liability. I'm shaken, not sturdy, chosen vocation mistaken, somehow traversing these spaces without disturbing the lasers. I hurtle through hurdles of pain and pray not to be castrated. May lack a plan, but that won't deter me from dashing straight in, hands blazing. Man with a hand instead of a gun, and he's coming to undo whatever you've done. He's the man with the hand instead of a gun, messing your master plan up before you barely begun. So tuck your thumbs back, make your finger guns clap. We've infiltrated every evil base, been there and done that. Who's the smooth dude with the devilish charm? He's the man with the hand instead of a gun. Heavens above, when are you ever gonna learn that inventing the one-liner is a hell of a drug? I'm always bending my words into the cleverest pun, so when he shoots from the lip it'll just sever your tongue. Sex and violence are implied in the generalist terms, cause I'm not trying to be banned from the television, because the revenue from this song's a generous sum. It's hunted rebellion, developments are second to none. What? Fictional spies always have product placement and stuff. It's part of the excitement. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it like an overpriced gin and vermouth. Yeah. So chuck your thumbs back, make your finger guns clap. We've infiltrated every evil base, been there and done that. Man with the hand instead of a gun. He's the man with the hand instead of a gun. It's difficult to picture some enemies unless we give them an identity. The newest entity we've got to fight is Article 13. I call it robot copyright. I've been doing music on the net for 2 flipping decades, even before YouTube on the GeoCities webpage. And every time I see the regulations get changed, it's harder for creators to make it to get some end range. Look at my track record, I put a lot of time into coming up with tracks, records, and dropping rhymes on the fight to democratize copyright, to shine a spotlight on anonymous and occupied. I took a bit of time off to rap about games, but now I'm back and I'm not backing out the game. Passing out castigation and patting down your claim. No matter how you obfuscate, your rationale's insane. Maybe you'll get the picture when I smack you out the frame, cause I don't want to see the internet blacking out for shame. But that's what's happening now, yet again. A threatening mechanism checking on everything you say.
and I don't like their decision. I diagnose it as a nightmare condition of a quite rare position where we can't upload any kind of copyrighted clip without their permission. Now it seems pretty good if you just look at the surface, but deep under the hood, the engine isn't fit for purpose. And if we still don't trust AI and Teslas yet, then pray why would we let it suppress the net? Unless we forget sober and...
So, hear me out on this. This shit keeps breaking. It's very annoying. I don't know what it is, but I blame fucking... because I think it's their fault. My shit keeps... I don't know why. I think it keeps reassigning my default monitor. I figured I'd show you in content. Yeah, it's really weird because, like, the default monitor is, you know, or the primary monitor is the primary monitor. For some fucking reason. If it is their fault, it is their fault, because I updated the graphics drivers and it fucking broke everything. It's weird, though. This should be here. You guys can't see. Wrong button. Bullshit. As the kids would call it, it's bullshit. Apatize. Yeah, like every time I launch OBS, the fucking primary monitor gets changed, or the monitor count gets changed. It's fucking weird. I don't understand. But my nose itches, so there's that. Anyways, we should be finishing Stray here in under an hour, I believe. And then we're gonna play Sable. It's vibrating. I have no idea what this sounds like. Away we go. So, let's talk to robots. Hello. How may I help you? So let's do a quick explore. Bit more in-depth than last time. That sign is completely fuckered. There, none over there. It's so clean here. Up the flat escalator. I don't know what they call that, but I'm sure it's some city now. Hello, sir. Greetings, inhabitant of Walt City 99. Do they care that I'm knocking stuff on the floor? No. Okay. So this is presumably the welcome center. I'm currently painting this area. Can I? Can I? Damn it. I was hoping there'd be enough paint to make it to the escalator. Alright, we'll take what we can get. So, let's go over here. That looks like where we're supposed to get. Let's talk to everyone first. Hello, the city has been sealed for your safety. Please refer to any certified engineer inside the control room if you have any requests. Have a nice day. Inside Wall City 99, organic life forms require special care. That is why my fellow companion robots and I were designed to caretake for all life forms. Have a nice day. The thing that I don't get is how the city is this small. I mean, it's pretty big. Like that ain't dismissive. But, like, it feels so small. I guess all those are windows similar to what we were in. Do you think that's going to be, like, above ground, or do you think we're entirely underground? You see all the red stuff down there from the shit that's eating everything? Here's the prison. I know I said this last time, but it's interesting to me that the lower part of the city is so much larger than the upper part of the city. They're so similar in terms of architecture. Elevator. Hello, my current task is clean the window. Please refer to any certified... We know that part. What's going on with this? Wait a minute. Is this not... I would assume that this is, you know, this is just a vending machine. But considering the way that's a screen doing some fuckery, that would imply that this is not a normal vending machine, and that that is a screen that we are staring at, not actual drinks. Dang it. And a lot of boxes. Hello. Hello, how may I help you? Please head to the leisure area if you would like to purchase or consume any goods. Have a nice day. I think the scaling thing was a minor oversight and it was likely expected. Quickly glanced over it. Yeah, maybe. But it could be intentional. Never know. I mean, it's still pretty big. Like, if you think about, like, the distance across this space, it's still a fucking huge city. I guess. For being inside a dome, it's fucking huge. I'm surprised the dome is so tall in comparison. I probably sound like I'm criticizing. I'm not. I'm just slightly confused. Also, I wonder what happened at that window over there to cause that massive streak down the wall. That would imply some kind of fluid ingress. Also, you can kind of see the windows right there. What I think is the control room. Okay, let's go talk to this robot. And then we'll do some pokey bathroom. Greetings, inhabitant of Wall City 99. This door leading to the surface is currently locked due to the confinement. Please refer to any certified engineer in the control room if you have any requests. Have a nice day. It's the same thing. So here's something. You remember how I proposed earlier that I have a theory that the robots are people? Like, similar to how our dude, our little robot friend, ended up putting his intelligence inside this. I think that's what's happened with most of the robots. Because none of these robots appear to be particularly intelligent. It's one of these things. Neat. I'll come back to you. First, I'm exploring. Wow, this was great. I'm really glad I went over here. A memory. Is that not a memory? It looks like a memory. It's got the little glowy speckles around it, implying memory, but I guess it's not. Disappointing. Come, robot friend. Going over here. Seems like an accurate assessment. That's my theory. Well, he parked there very nicely. This looks like a memory. But it ain't. There's no prompt. That or it's just in a really obnoxious... Come on, I'm supposed to claw this, yeah? But I can't for some reason? Okay, I'm confident that I'm supposed to be clawing this. But it isn't. I don't know what to do about this. Oh, maybe I need to inspect this first. The control room is closed by some sort of security protocol. It says that only humans are authorized to enter. It also says I'm not considered a human. Yeah, that's offensive security protocol. If we work together, we can open this passageway. Now I claw. No. Balls. Ah, now I claw. That cat definitely would have been electrocuted. But I don't want it to be. But I'm like pretty sure it would have been. I can't open this door alone. We already opened that door. I'm curious about that one though. I'm in. This is the control room for the entire city. Camera scheme. They controlled everything from here, and it's empty. I remember hating them so much. They had everything. Clean space, limitless power, freedom to move. Look good it did. Plague, I remember it now. Everyone was dying, and they thought they were above it all. They did nothing to help. Watched my family die. Couldn't do anything to save them. But I can still help you. We can still go outside. I will carry the memory of humanity and the people I love. Final memory, or final big memory. Go ahead and knock some stuff off the counters. But I assume this, I mean, this looks like a welcome area out there. I guess this is the control room on top of it. Lock's still working. Got that going for him. Open. That doesn't open. A little suspicious of the vending machine. Rajo. Go ahead and leave that on. City seal. I was hoping for a bit more information off the city seal. Is better than nothing. It's very red and glowy. Where do you think the metro line is down there? Do I have a mouse? I'd like to point. Based off of what I know, if you see the elevator, right? The metro is just towards us of the elevator. So it should be near that giant fuck off pipe. Should be where the metro station was. Like, if you, that would be where the entrance is to go down to the metro. And then somehow it got up here. See, that over there looks very interesting. That massive, running up that wall. I don't know. I did see the glowing thing on that terminal. We're not fucking with that right now. And with over here right now. You think they lived up here, or do you think they lived out in the city? I feel like the metro would imply they lived down in the city. Hello? Interesting. What is this? It's a nothing! Fuck yeah, glad I came over. Alright. This is it, the main computer. I'm reading that control room sign. According to the mainframe, no one has been here in years. The whole city is stuck in a lockdown cycle from long ago. If we disable it, we should be able to leave. We'll need to bring the rest of these systems online. These computers hold the data we need. While you do that, I'll look for passwords and encrypted keys to get into the system. We're in Greenland. My happenstance glance at that map. Oh, I see what we're doing. Pretty straightforward. This cat is weirdly good with computers. Just saying, it seems kind of strange. It worked. Good job, my friend. I found it. I know how to open the city. Something's off here. Wait, maybe there's a way around it. Roof control station. There, that's the workstation to open the city. But there are several layers of security to prevent us from using it. Now, we need to do what we do best. Me, I'll hack machines, and you destroy some stuff. So Hey. You doing this thing? Or am I just breaking this thing? Nope, we're just going straight for the break. It's an interesting implication that this cat can just claw its way through electrical cables with minimal issue. Ah! Hold on. You remember that thing it's about the vending machine just being a screen? Yeah. See? That one's off. Can't trust the vending machines. You don't know what they're plotting. I would tell you, but I'd have to kill you. And the vending machines would probably come for my day. I don't have any family that I'm concerned about. But like, you know, it's the possibility. And there's some risks you just can't take. So, I think we're going vertical. Indeed, the vending machines are up to something. They are. That's why they're so fucking expensive. They're so expensive. Vending machines are always around. Well, I've destroyed some shit. Now I need to hack some shit. Hack that. Decades of constantly eating cash and coin. Yeah. The system is taking more than I expected. See. No, we've got to keep going. Yeah, we should probably speed up. I hope he doesn't die. I'm not saying that. Don't worry, I can recharge once we open up that workstation. I'm not sure that's the problem. You're smoking. Yep, there it is. I think this little body is done for. It's okay, I'll be alright. Just carry me to that workstation. We can disable that alarm. I hope you're right. This cat's just like, I don't understand any of this, but I'm glad I'm here. That's it, we're safe. Listen, I have something to tell you. I knew the power required to disable the city's central control system would be immense, more than this drone body could handle. But with security now disabled, I can take control of the system and open the city. Overriding it just could destroy my software. But I made that choice when I hooked into that first computer. The consequences. I'm sorry we won't see the outside together. I thought I needed to carry on the memories of humanity, hold on to the past. But I see a future in the companions. You. Here, let me take that off you. Aww. You were my friend. The very best I could have asked for. Thank you. Aww. Now I'm sad. Oh, man. Aw, Kitty's gonna sleep with the robot. Here's hoping the weird Zerks are killed by sunlight. Oh yeah, they were, now that I remember. I'd forgotten about that. I'm so glad Momo's okay. Weird if the robot, those would just fail. Yeah, the whole roof is opening. Fuck yeah. Door's still open. Oh, look at it go. That's cool. I don't want to leave my little buddy. Aww. Alright, I'll stop. So I can go see the roof open. Why are you using other streamers' crying emotes? Fuck you, I have crying emotes too. Or one of them. And they're thematically appropriate. That is a big roof. That looks like the last of the roof. I'm impressed that those systems still function. Well, onwards, I guess. Goodbye, little buddy. I'm going to miss you. How am I going to be able to talk with people now or do any of that shit? I could run out, but it would feel inappropriate. Door's open and he's clapping. Alright, sir, what do you have to say for yourself? Nothing. Sure. The other ones still talk? Oh. Guess we're gonna go see the guy next to the door. Presumably there'll be other cities too. I would be surprised if this was the only. A good job keeping those doors clean. Out we go. I'm sad. I miss my little buddy. Eye opener. Is good game. I like. That's a very good game. Kind of sad. Little depressing. Little buddy died. No one made it out that we know of, but you know, we put power to the train. And trains will get people to safety. That is proven in science. They just have to get to it. Indie games are so much fun. I'd rather play an indie game. A good story. I don't think AAA games are much fun anymore. UA and playtest. UI design. That was some good UI design. I will give that, like, pretty good. UI design, I think, is underappreciated. I'm torn because I'm really sad that my little robot friend died. But also game real good. Just real good, just very good. On a scale of 1 to good, it's good. I would drink more lemonade. Cat Rig, Passion Republic. I would love to see... that's something I've wanted to learn, and I just have not put any fucking time towards it because of reasons. But like fur modeling on creatures for 3D modeling, I'm curious how you go about that. Production babies. There was 3. Neat. Cats. It's good. 2 of them are dead. 3 of them are dead. Oh, not good. Some dogs. We take those. Those count. Yeah, like the fucking fur simulation is so like I have no concept of how it works, and I find it very interesting. Partially, probably because I have no concept of how it works. I don't really care because like programming is not my shtick. I'm not into programming at all. So in terms of how the simulation works, I don't really fucking care. Not interested in programming. But in terms of like how you do it from like the perspective of executing it as a 3D modeler, that interests me a lot. Was this on Unreal? I did not realize that. I never checked, but you know. Same to get what people love programming though, yeah. And I love the concept of dying, you know. Okay. It's good game. Yes, quit game. Well then. Time to swap games, and time for me to type in the word Sable entirely incorrectly. I typed it with a V. I mean, the V's next to the B. Gotta retitle the strip. You know how it is. Now we're ready for Sable. Stray is just a really good, charming game. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I don't know if I need a controller for this or not. Have I put any research into this? No. Do I know anything about it? Also, no. Is that intentional? Make your own conclusion. I don't know. Okay, first things first, I gotta go in the settings. Quality, yes. Frame rate 30, go fuck yourself. Absolutely not. 24, yeah, that's much better. Go cap. Field of view. Biggie! Yes. Knowing you, yes, it was intentional. Not really. The quality is oop. Field of view is oop. I don't know what line weight means. Not touching it. Okay. Yes, we will do that. No. We'll do this empty square down here. Yes. I play with a mouse or a controller. I don't know. I said this joke already, but... I started to reach for my mouse to try and move the camera, and as I did, it jump cut. I was just like, puh? My brain couldn't process what was handling for a half second. Oh, it's a bug. I hate it. Just fucking 0 out of 10. Can't stand it. Fucking stop the game. Stop the game. Shut up. We're done. Stop. We're gone. Nope, we're still here. Why did Excel open on that screen? That person's walking like they shit themselves. What the fuck is that? It's not a constructive input, but like, whumps the fuck is this? That's tied to their head. Looks like it. Ceremony. View quest log. Use WAS to move. Why is the frame rate so... Frame rate's kind of... Fine. We'll do 60 FPS. Stable FPS is more important than a high FPS. Weird. I can climb. Okay. And I touched the nose. No. I mean, yes, but no. So we have child's mask in a weird fashion. Wait, it said I should head back to camp. Oh, okay. Well, let's fucking motor then. Press space. I thought that'd be a puzzle. I don't like the way that head is looking at me from all the way back there. Ah, good. It unloaded. That makes me feel a lot better. This reminds me of Tiny and Big, which is an indie game that none of you have heard of. Don't fucking lie to me. I know you haven't. Tiny and Big. It's something about Grandpa's underwear. I don't remember the fucking subtitle. Alright, I have to ask. Can I just kill myself? Is this an option? No. Balderdash. Alright, what up, birds? No? Okay. That's a hell of a fucking jump to survive. Gravity must be low on this one. You can sprint. Didn't know that. Good to know. I feel really informed. Okay, the Ibex camp. See what we've got. Okay. I don't... Off to a good start. You really know we're off to a good start because my viewer count went down when I started streaming this game as opposed to the other one, which is depressing. I can feel Jody smiling behind her mask. Just as I know she can feel the teeth-barring little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous, and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. Just because not enough cat. Listen, man. There's only so many games that have cats in them, unlike trains. Now you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? Yet, I don't... And yet... I shrug, but any attempts to act casual are fruitless. The movement is jerky, and I don't think I've ever been more aware of my little shoulders. Laughs. I mean it. But I do know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. Remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat, you were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my... But then I promised you it was going to be alright. I told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman, how wonderful the wind felt through the fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down, you leaned forward, put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand, look at her. She can do whatever she wants. Dottie reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my hand, Sable. I take a breath. I think I'm ready. I thank Jotty for the encouragement. Tell her with a nod that I think I'm ready. I know you are. Let's get started. You'll need to talk to Hilla and Driss. Driss should already have made the arrangements for your bike. And Hilla will share something. Well, let's say as useful as it is fun, I might suspect what Jotty's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. I'll be back soon. Sable, don't go planning your return before you've even left. Take all the time you need. Big decision you're making out. I tell her that's why I'm so eager to make it. Choose well and quickly so that I don't get too far down the wrong path. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing. So don't try using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Now go speak with Hilal. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Driss as well. I've told him to arrange your bike, with Sizzo, but you know how he is. I have something to give you. A compass to help you on your journey. Same one I used on my gliding. An artifact, you might say. Take the device in my palm. It fits naturally there. Perfectly weighted and crafted. Each component slides together with incredible, satisfying precision. Thank you. I'm going to be real, I low-key hate the animation. Postbot, logging in. Hello, Sable. Unread messages. Have a good day. As I approach Hilal, they give an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Hilal's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to match it. The touch of nerves for balance. Sable, take this. Hilal hands me a small round stone. As it nestles into my palm, I feel a warmth not borrowed from Hilal's hands, but emerging from within. I rub my thumb over it and find it softly electric, static on cloth. What's this? I try to sound less confused than I am, but ask Hilal what this is. Oh, Sable, you can't leave without it. I've just given you as a gliding stone. How do you feel? I tell Hilal that I feel fuzziness. Then you're doing it right. What you feel in that stone is openness. Look at the stone. It's quite closed. Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty, or dormant, waiting for you to fill it up. I ask how I can do this. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the camp. Be able to activate it there. Hilal claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. I'm about to leave, Hilal stops me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? Bit of a trek to the temple, so go see Driss. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? Remember Jotty's words now, and I tell Hilal I'll go and see. What if I just fucking don't? Oh, neat. So there's stuff to be had. Whom's the fuck are you? I don't know. Oh. As she looks out across the landscape, Ziki's shoulders sag a little. I wonder what she's thinking about. Listening. Something on your mind? Ziki's voice. Ziki's. Zeki's? I'm gonna go with Ziki, I just feel like it. Ziki's voice is weakly incredulous. I don't know how she's done it. That Hilaria over there. Follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance. I now understand is her daughter, Hilaria. She need help? Becky shakes her head. No, she's fine, and I'll get her. I'm just... Shrugs. Parenting. I suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. Guess I'll go over here too. Ooh, that's not a lot of stamina left over. Okay, we made it. Good. Hello. I love climbing. Wow, what an astute observation there, my child. That looked like it should fucking hurt. I have a bucket. Eat. Why are you shoveling that when there's just entire... Guess I'll talk to him. Kumar is a man of few words, and he's nothing if not consistent. I take it that means he's not going to talk to me. We're headed over here. A sign over there. Okay. And a motor beak. Very small. Ibex camp. So I've told myself not to be too eager. It's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately, but I now strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in Z. Perhaps it's extra beautiful or has some custom beat. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Why my legs feel sore, will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start. Sable, hello. Dottie sent me to speak with you. She did. Or, excuse me. Yeah. Did she? About what? I tell him it was about something special. Then make a leading gesture, slowly trying to be perfectly cool and confident. But I can't do it, I'm too keen. The words spill out. I asked Driss if he might possibly maybe have a bike for me. Your bike. He yells it like it's an idea he just had. Your bike, yes. Of course. Right. Yes, your bike. That was meant to... that I prepared for you because today's your... gliding, yes. Driss nods along with me. Yes, of course, right. Yes, I do have that. My blood runs cold. You've forgotten. By which I mean I arranged it for you in a... well, it's sort of a tutorial for you. You forget. I'm telling you, I didn't forget. I just made different arrangements. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike. I think about it, and I find I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driss does seem earnest. Instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test. Driss gestures to the sand cutter at his side. Quite old and a little shabby. Tester if I've ever seen. What's the bike's name? Driss seems scandalized. That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just sand cutter for now will do. Youngster these days always asking questions. Now ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Okay. I like the way she's leaning, like, mildly concerned. I kind of want to go up this thing. You think I'll fail if I just get off and have a look? I'm gonna get off and have a look. Oh, I don't have enough stamina for this, do I? Oh, it's definitely not an... oh, fiddlesticks. Okay, maybe we jump from higher up. There you go. The hell of a leap. Over here. What the fuck is this? It's a chum egg. Offered by chums when planting themselves into the ground. Perfectly smooth and hard as a rock. These eggs seem to float with how light they are. Must be a good place to deliver these. Have a chum egg. And I still kind of low-key hate the animations. I don't know what the fuck that was that just appeared on my screen. Because I appear to have canceled it. I should speak to Driss. No, I'm going for a wander. We're gonna go take a looky-loo around. This thing really just kind of bumps around the environment, doesn't it? Yeah, we're gonna do an explore before we go back and talk to what's his face. Little hole right there. So if you're wondering why I'm playing Sable, it's because it was highly recommended to me by multiple people. Because I really like exploration. Or more specifically, oh, they didn't fucking jump. God damn it. Fuck me. It's just gonna be one of those games, because that's gonna be obnoxious as shit if that's the case. I think I can get back up. The fuck was that? I will be frank, I have a low patience for parkour in games. Like, I've played some really good parkour games that you're not allowed to stream on Twitch because they feature a buxom robot and some others. This is going to be a bit of a, like, do I actually want to play this game / you know, whatever. I've got 2 hours to figure that out. I'm going to use it. So we'll see if it hooks. I will be real though, if the game is primarily climbing like I'm doing now, I am not. Probably not. Like, I'm settling into the weird animation. I was wondering if I would or not, but I seem to be settling into it. Admittedly, primarily by not looking at the main character. Hey, there's a box. Does seem fairly vertical. Yeah, so we'll have to see. I think we're gonna need a bit of a run up for this one. Oh, fuck. Something tells me I did not make this. Can I do anything here? What are my options? I don't think I have enough stamina to make it up here. Oh, just fucking barely. Damn. What the hell am I gonna do about this? I'm gonna try to work my way around. Maybe there's a better... Ah, this looks like a shorter climb. There's a wormy worm. There we go. I don't remember what they're called. I've already forgotten, but I'm calling it a wormy worm. It's a chum. Yeah, I did forget that immediately. Okay, so... Is that the only reason I was up here? Because I presumed this was what I came up with. Whatever the hell's going on here. Atomic power, fucking shit, fuck, hell blocks. Shoots. Okay, it's money. Try to go back up, or if I don't make it up this, I'm just fucking bailing on this entire situation. Alright, I'm out. Let's go. See, I really like exploration in games, but I don't like... As I've called it this in other games, I don't like traversing. I like going to places in games and seeing things and, you know, experiencing the environment, learning the lore and the mysteries that they've set out in the world. But I fucking hate traversing the areas. I don't give a shit about the beautiful landscape in between. See, here's my thing. I'm looking at this. I feel like there's more shit up there. But goddamn, I don't want to climb back up that. We're gonna go over here and look at this. Like, I'm not a completionist. I'm not an achievement hunter. I don't fucking care about any of that. There's shorter climb. Yeah, so I guess you could say I'm not here for the journey. I am here for the destination. That might be a fair thing to say. Like, I'm not certain I would shy away from that. I get that? Yeah. Wonder how common those are. Hey! Okay, this must be the temple that the dude was talking about. Okay, then. Well, not climbing my way back out of that. This isn't the temple. This is sure going to be a weird detour. This camera is getting slung every which way. Ooh. I guess. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Damn it. I'm not getting up this. Fuck sticks. The ladder right there. Take stamina to climb a ladder. No. Okay, good. I climb. There's another ladder right there. I gotta get up this thing. Maybe I need to jump off of this little doodad. Or I could just not jump. That's an option too. I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be going. It looked like a place to go, so that's where I'm going. Also, and this is kind of another thing, talking about, I'm not necessarily into the journey, more so the destination. Oh, that's scuffed. It more so applies on stream than it does outside of it. It's really, I do like exploring stuff, not on stream. I don't really like long time transit. Okay, that looks better. Come on, 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 come on. Yes, thank you. There's a box! I'm trying to think, there's other games that are kind of along these lines. I've never played Shadow of the Colossus. I wonder if I should play that. Fucking stamina bar. Yeah, fucking. Okay. Going this way, I suppose. Please, please, please. If I missed that, I was going to be very fucking salty. Like, extremely. Was I supposed to climb that? God, I hope not. But I'm gonna go look. That's one of these things, which I'm assuming I would climb normally. There's no way in hell I have the stamina to climb this thing right now, so I guess I'll move on. Looks like I'm just working my way down, but as far as I know, there's no fall damage, so just fucking yeet us to lead us off that cliff. I will be real. The animation has not given me a good first impression. Like, if this animation was a person introducing themselves to me, I would hate them. The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach them. Maybe it feels right. I'm ready for Rohan to know me. Ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I'm... But also fuck stamina bar. Neat. What is happening? I assume I was being seen by the god whose name I've already forgotten. Did my stamina bar go? Have more stamina. I mean, it's great that the elevator is taking me up a floor, but it also appears to have knocked me unconscious on the ground. Need oodles of stamina. I'm curious if that's like an upgrade thing that'll happen or not. I'm assuming the answer is no. Press and hold space to glide in the air. Ah, neato. Well, I did probably waste a huge amount of time by climbing up this. There's got to be something at the top of that. Like, that's just... It looks like there's something up there. And, yeah, I don't care. I'm just telling myself that because I don't want to get too caught up in exploring. No, I found that way, like, if I spend a lot of time exploring stuff on stream, really bad for view. I'll get bored and leave. That being said, I have 4 viewers. What have I got to lose? Eat. Oh. What if the next bike's gonna be faster? There was some. Where the hell did that ship come from? I don't know. What the hell is this? Oh, here's a noodle. So we're gonna go look at it. Hello, noodle. Check out this way. What if I come back without the bike? That'd be kind of funny. I'm not going to. It'd be kind of funny. I'm gonna do some poking around, see what we can see. Heading up this way. I assume there's gonna be a noodle up here. There's bugs. Hello, bugs. Goodbye, bugs. Huh. Not really certain what I'm doing here. Guess I'll leave. What's back this way? I did kind of play this game, admittedly, because I could not fucking think of anything after I finished. Right. I didn't want to do 14. I wanted to do another game with a narrative. He says as he needs to just fuck off and do other shit. And I'm going over there. I want to know what that is. That's fair? Yeah. The one, like, concern, because I think this game is open worldy. I'm excited for Dark Tide. I'm excited for Dark Tide. I'm excited for Dark Tide as well. And I'll get to play it next Thursday, which will be the beta. And I'll tell you what, if it's shit, I'm not fucking caping it. Because, you know, screw that. Okay. I'm not certain why I did that, but I did. So let's climb this. I'm assuming I need to get some verticality here. Oh, I thought that was the sound of it closing. I'm gonna climb this if I can. Oh, fuck off. Barely. Barely didn't make it. I feel like the stamina bar depletes at a strange rate. Yeah, it's good. We made it. Okay, I don't know if this is right, but I'm just gonna fucking hover my ass over here. Okay, I think this was an Xbox artsy fartsy game. What was it? They used to do indie game event with the Xbox way back when. Don't remember what it was, but I believe that's when this game came out. Like, I believe it was one of those. Which, if I remember correctly, would mean this game is actually pretty old. Comparatively. Saying, yeah, you agree? I think that's what I mean, what it did mean. Like Xbox Summer Arcade or something like that. That sounds right. If that's correct, I think that this came out in like 2000. I want to say 15-ish, around that time, like a year or two around that time. I probably would have been more enthusiastic about it if I played. Hold on, actually, I don't think that's right. That doesn't sound right. Or no, let's not look on. Wait, fuck. Not like that. I don't remember the name of the Xbox indie promotion. But you know what I'm talking about. That was the thing. I got an item in my. Oh, it's a Sable card. Okay, cool. When did Sable come out? It came out last year. Really? I'm thinking of a different game. No, I'm thinking of Journey. No? What am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking of. Sable came out last year, September. Sable is an open-world exploration game in which the player can roll and adventure in a non-linear way. The game has no combat or set storyline. It's narrative explored through NPC dialogue and eventually. September 2000. Yeah, that's what I was just looking up. You know what vibe I'm getting? The vibe I'm getting, and this is not going to be... Journey was PS3, yeah, I know. There's some other indie game, like indie exploration game that came out that was an Xbox something, part of that indie shit. Cannot remember what it was for the life. The more I'm sitting at this, I'm not having a bad time. Also, how's it going, Corrine? But I'm not certain it's what I want to. Like this is more like something I think I'd want to play on like a Sunday afternoon when D&D has been canceled and I don't have anything else pressing to do. And I would just play this for vibing with bouncing around games. Yeah. Also, holy shit, it is such a long walk back. Can I go under this rock? Eat. Yeah. I definitely don't think I'd return this. I don't know if I want to stream it, though. I know I keep saying that. Without much clarification. Let's at least go see about getting the motorcycle. Or whatever they called it. I think they called it a bike. This definitely feels like something I think I'd rather... God, please just climb. Something I'd rather play on my own time without an audio. How'd my... Oh, I did bring my... I was like, how did my bike get up here? I forgot that I drove it up here. Here, let me just do a flip. Fine. Like it says you have to stream it. Seems like something just to chill with. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Question is, what the fuck do I stream instead? Is this a different camp? Oh, this is our camp. And I somehow didn't notice the tower. Because I'm blind. Oh, sir. I returned to Driss, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations. How was your first pre-glide ride? These strange rattles, unexplained hissing, small fires. I mean, fires. Surely you'd notice if you were on fire. A little bit. Is that a possibility? Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Chris, is this bike dangerous? Well, he doesn't finish. You already been by Hilal? Am I not getting a bike? Well, you're getting the use of this sand cutter. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands? And Hilal's got something to show you, too. Help you out with more of that, mobility you're after. My confidence in this exercise, only lightly tarnished, thank Driss very much for his help and his bike. And depart for Hilal. It's been hard to find games I really want to play, and I've kind of run out of things to really do in 14. And there's still a good month and a half till next patch for 14. Yeah, I don't know about you, but like at least as far as it goes for me in playing 14, roulettes can only keep me interested. Like usually, I think I did like 4 or 5 days of roulettes and was just like, all right, bored. I mean, at this point, I think I'm going to be mainly on like chill mode for 14 until something, you know. Sizzo looks busy. I should leave her to it. We need to go see what's going on over there. I'm not interested in what you have to say. God damn it. Not making it up this. Can I make it back? Thank God. That was a catch. Well, this will certainly make climbing a little bit easier. I need to head over there, too. Hello, child. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. That's mean. I approached the cartographer. Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she? Longingly? I clarified that I was looking curiously, that balloons aren't exactly my ideal vessel. The newcomer shrugs. Fair enough. I suppose when you can ensconce yourself in a peaceful little bubble and float down from the sky, the balloon loses some of its charm. But I'll accept your curiosity. Give the balloon an approving nod so that he doesn't feel too bad. Well, good to meet you. And, oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. Yeah, gonna be done with the Omicrons tomorrow, so really I've got is checking subs and islands doing 14. I forgot to do Omicrons today. That would be the first time I've forgotten. I tell him I'm Sable. Suppose if you've come all this way to see... Yeah, suppose if you've come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, eh, Sable? Came to see the balloon. Tell the cartographer I actually came to see the balloon. Yeah, don't blame you. But you're heading out on your gliding, aren't you? I'll sell you a map of the Ewer for only 50 cuts. I hear it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. Tell Jordan I'll be back. Maybe ask Jotty for money. Farewell, child. I have money. Can't just give you the map for free. Come back when you have some cuts. Farewell, child. Don't I have, like, money? I got 200. Just sell me the map, asshole. Okay. Dickhead won't send me the fucking map. back when you have money, child. I have 200 of the monies. What do you want from me, dick? Can I not earn my own wage? I tell Jotty that the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of the Ewer. I'm trying to hedge the way I speak about this, as I'm not entirely sure whether that's too much. Not enough, or precisely its value. He tells me not to worry. Here's some money to get you going on your journey. Use it mostly wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. Good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. I'm ruled by money. I thank Jotty effusively. Head out on my way. Oh, there's one of the worm things. Hello, worm. That's kind of obnoxious. How far I slid down this. Please make it up. Am poor, am ruled by money by default. Exactly. Hello again. When I return to Hilal, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I've even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Strange. I'm a little queasy. Tell Hilal that there's something quite disorienting about it, and that I haven't quite understood how best to use it yet. Well, don't worry about that. There's plenty of time, and before long, you're going to be floating off cliff sides with impunity. Is that good? Trust me, you're going to love it. Hilal's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling just floating on the breeze. I suppose it's best that it fades with age, Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. Be out there heaving myself into chasms. I'll heave myself into chasms. I tell Hilal I'll throw myself into 1,000 chasms on their behalf. They giggle. That's what I like to eat. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes a really serious focus. Hilal laughs, even though there's a bit of regret to it. Oof. Sorry. My manager just texted me, because normally we write at 10, and he's like, yeah, we're writing at 8 tomorrow, and I'm like, that is entirely too early. I am not getting up that fucking early. Certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss. I think about that, but decide that there's already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I'm saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is sacrifice for another time. You're gonna love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice? Try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence, and all of that out there. The world is an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Hilal for their advice, and for their help, and tell them I'll miss them. They'll be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance, all in one. I say goodbye to Hilal. Before I go, Hilal gestures towards the tower. It seems Sizzo wishes to see me before I leave the... I'm gonna be walking out of this goddamn canyon. I should go over there and see what that sign is in that structure back there, but I'll talk to this dude. In the interest of being efficient, I suppose. Yeah, riding bikes at 8. Like, so I would have to get up at 7. Fuck that. Sizzo is an outclanner to the Abexi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and think of her more as kind of a distant relation. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts, and by their training and their code, must go to where they are needed. But Sizzo has been among us for so long, it's easy to forget that it's an assignment first. As far as any of us are concerned, she's one of them. I think there's a perception among other clans that the Ibexi are quite insular, or that our designation of Ibexi versus outclaner suggests some nervous othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind, but all are welcome to join. Always pleased that Sizzo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Better now that I'm getting a bike. A bit worried, am I really getting a bike? Sizzo has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she speaks. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. Yes, Dottie told me how excited you were. Sizzo sniffs. He also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he may have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might just be as scattered. Besides, this will be good for you. Why don't you just scavenge the hoverbike parts yourself? I'm going to make my own hoverbike. Ask Sizzo if I'm expected to make my own hoverbike. No, you're not going to make your hoverbike, you're going to build. Of course. To make suggests you're creating something. Your bike already exists, they simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. Sizzo hands me something. Navigator. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts. I asked Sizzo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships, in fragments spread apart. A good start would be the ship down there near the camp. You'll find another up that great rock, goddammit, near the other side of the canyon. And another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark down what you need. You need another control panel. You'll need to gather a control panel, power supply, and a calibrator. I think I have one of those already. Most gliders make their own bikes. I asked Sizzo if most gliders really make their own bikes. Only the lucky ones. I tell Sizzo I'll see her soon and head off in search of the computer. Together, we will create something new out of the old. So I should find an atomic calibrator. I have two of the things. I think that's the one thing I haven't done is that chip over there. So this should be quick, because I already did the other two. I still haven't got to look at what those signs are. Hey, you're kind of a dick. I'm gonna go back and talk to her again before I go explore the whatever that dome is over. Seems like a more time-effective nuke. This thing really is a clunker, ain't it? Cool, let's open the door. Aw, this is kind of fancy, ain't it? There's nothing of use to be found in the ship, but I noticed a blinking light flashing on the dashboard cockpit. Push the button. A voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording, fairly audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Ramen. Concentrate. I don't think I have to remind you how much work it was to get this far. We're almost there. Alright, let's see if that old machinist told us... Yeah. Alright, let's see if what that old machinist told us holds up. If not, there'll be hell to pay. Hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being... 3 clicks. Buttons being pressed, perhaps? Okay. I push this orange thing, pull that lever. Hard. Yes, Ramen. Sound of a click and a loud grunt, or a snapping sound. Oh, Rolana's mask, not that hard, you've torn it out. Suddenly the speakers are filled with static and a low rumble that gradually increases in... Then the sound of someone cheering. It worked, we're flying. We're cheering. Is that the sound of someone dancing? Okay, let's focus. Things moving fast, we need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Ramen? Let me check the machinist notes. A long pause. The rumbling static sound that started playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch. Ramen. That lever, Tomo, the one you just ripped out. We're going too fast. We're going to crash. We need to try. The recording cuts off. The only fucking reason I came in here. I mean, that was neat, but like... What the hell? Are you looking for a calibrator? I'm immediately on guard. Simon has always been a mischief maker and taken tremendous pleasure in tormenting. In theory, I'm older, more experienced, should be more than able to withstand. In practice. You won't find it here. I've hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never, never. Never fails to get me. You're a horrible child. Simon laughs off my irritation, but I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I cross my arms and try to effect a change. I'll give you the calibrator. My hand out, proud of myself for standing tall before Simon. If you give me some beetles. That's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want. I try to decide if it's more mature to push her over and steal the calibrator, or to acquiesce. Then I simply stifle a laugh and shake her little hand. Perhaps some of the adults in the camp know where I can... I know where I can... Also, fuck you, you little shit! Come back here, I'm gonna run you over. Dick. Little turd. Let's see what this is. Sign. Wow, it's nothing. Eat. Do we want to explore this building now, or do we, let's go get the beetles? Let's do that. Let's stay on task, which I know is a challenge for me. Also, I can't decide if I think this game is pretty or ugly. Don't know. Fortunately, like I said, I already know where the beetles are, so this is an easy journey. I don't know why I couldn't think of what that word was. What do I do? I don't know how to approach this. What if I just stand here for a while? Do I have to go talk to the adults now? That's gonna be annoying. Back here. Shit. Yeah, I gotta go talk to him. Fuck me. Just kind of annoying. Not like genuinely annoying, just like, bah, damn it. I have to do this thing. Gotta wander my ass all the way back over here. Let's just have Balloon Man just take me right over to there. I'm sure that'll be much faster. Probably would not. Tell him his balloon looks stupid. Who am I talking to? Ask around the camp. Alright, we'll just park that there. We'll ask this dude. I think he would know. Nope. Alright, well, I chose to believe in the wrong person, so that's on me. You know, you put your faith wrong sometimes. I keep wanting to hit space to, like, jump up a bit, and it's just not a thing. Let's ask you. I'm gonna ask about catching beetles for that awful little Sima. You know about Sima's hiding place? I know she spends a lot of time in the cave under the camp. You could have a look down there. Hello. It's Big Glider to you. I told Jotty I'm actually a big glider. You're right, you are. Sable noted, adult and big glider. I'll keep it. I saw the cave earlier. It's over here. How is it that Simon manages to contain so much chaos and verve in small form? Now there's something troublesome being dreamed up behind that mask. Know it. Epic's red dye. I see it, but I don't. How do I get through this? I'm confused. Okay, there we go. I hit C and it didn't seem to be crouching right. I don't know what I was doing wrong there. Beetle detour. Fuck this child. Lol, scrub. Simon shrieks when she sees the calibrator in my hand, and then bursts into tears under her mask. You'll leave. You'll leave on the gliding, you'll never come back. It's like Yara did. Don't you miss her too? You were her friend before she left. People leave, that's their choice. Tell Simon that Yara is allowed to do whatever she likes. And that if it's her choice to go, then we must respect it. I wonder if she can tell I'm putting a little extra weight in my voice. I hope sounds like the wisdom of age. You won't leave forever, right? Not forever. It's hard to speak, but Simon cuts me off with a wail. Please don't go. Tell Simon not to worry, that I'll be back sooner than she knows. I'm sure she pouts behind the mat. I add that if I'm not back sooner than she knows, then she'll be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come bother me herself. Promise? Yes. Good. I suppose I can come see you all. I thank her and say goodbye for now. Goodbye, you small turd. There was a lip there, apparently. I can see why people like this. It's very charming. What time is it? Sprint back up here and talk to the lady again. And hello, lady. I'm here for bike. I return to Sizzo with the parts, and it's as if she waves me. And it's as she waves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. Well, I see her again once I'm gone. Well done, Sable. Everything we need. You're ready to assemble a bike of your own. I'm ready. Sizzo relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she's particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily. There's a certain calm beauty that one truly appreciates when Sizzo is in her element. I wonder if it's this way for all machines. You must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquired, they fit together. Not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. They've always belonged. All we are doing is assembling her from what she has already been. I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ear. Along with my clan, we believe that machines have names, held for ages like deep sea, unheard by those unequipped to listen. We'll find this one's name together. Eat. Okay. I just wanted to see where we were. Gliding bike way. This is just that dialogue we just went through. Gliding bike front. And gliding bike boost. Go touch the button. Touch the button. Achievement Simoon. Eat. Listen. Sizzo tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Simoon. All at once, I know the hoverbike's name. Simoon. I say it in a whisper to let Sizzo know. Simoon. Well done, Sable. What does it mean? What does it mean? Ask her yourself. Sizzo looks entirely serious. Like, to my enduring surprise, says nothing, even when I lean close. Tell Simoon that I'm eager to know her better, and Sizzo looks quite proudly at the both of us. You're ready then for the gliding. May all gods turn their faces from you. An odd blessing, perhaps, but Sizzo is prone to such things, and I can read in her tone that it was meant quite sweetly. You must learn to listen to Simoon, care for her. Seek out my fellow machinist on your travels, Sable. They'll teach you the art of machine whisper. Oh, and here, take this. Machinist badge. Eat. It's a machinist badge. There'll be plenty of my ilk on your gliding. Show them your worth, and they'll give you more badges. I thank Sizzo twice for good measure, and give a bow. Ready. Not like use it right now, ready, apparently. Okay. Now, speak to Jotty. Okay. It just occurred to me that the giant dome thing over there is where we fucking started the game. There's absolutely no reason to go explore. I'm dumb. But none of you fucking pointed it out, so clearly you're dumb too. Come back and speak to me when you've bought that map from the cartographer. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. My money's not good for the damn cartographer. Gotta use fucking grandma's money. Asshole. I earned this money fair and square, don't you know? Robbing it from the dead in the fucking desert. Like any self-respecting person does. Can I climb your balloon, by the way? Ah, good, I can. Can I steal your balloon, by the way? No? Okay. Hey, it's worth a try. Also, your mask is stupid. Greetings, child. I'll buy that map. Perfect. Let's trade then. Perfect. I thank Jordan for your map. And all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes it feel more... Good luck on your gliding, Sable. I still remember mine. I asked how it was. Short. I knew since I was a boy that cartography was for me. But I spent a little extra time out there just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keep an eye on the skies, eh? Plenty of my colleagues out there, and we'll have more maps to sell you. From Hakoa to the Sodic Wastes. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. You've unlocked fast travel. Oh, nice. That will come in handy, as I am a big fan of fast traveling. Hello, old lady. You return to Jotty with a new lightness. It makes the weight of my departure feel heavier still. Strange day. Sable, is that a badge you've got there? Sizzo gave it to me. Tell Jotty that Sizzo gave me the badge. You must have earned it. Well done. Give a bow of thanks. Well, Sable, if you keep this up, you'll be headed for the Master Caster in no time. Mask Caster. I'm trying to think about going to a Mask Caster, but it seems impossibly far away. Imagine choosing what I want to be. Imagine choosing what I want to be forever. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. You'll get plenty of badges when you're out there, and once you've got 3 alike, you can trade it in for that mask. Don't feel like your first mask is your final choice. Gliding is about freedom and exploration. I suggest you claim as many masks as you wish. Well, at your final ceremony, will be asked to choose one. How will I choose one? You have to feel it out. When you know, you'll know. Now. The tone of her now puts the butterflies back in my stomach. With all this done, there's only one thing left. It's time then, isn't it? I'm to walk through the face door at the Temple of Rohana. There you go, symbol your something something, because I accidentally hit E. And go. There are things I wish to convey to Jotty here. Depths of love and gratitude and fear and worry and hope. And though I find myself unable to speak any of it in words, I know she understands. Before you leave, child, I made you these. They're dyed with traditional Ibeksi maroon. I hope provide you a great comfort out in the desert. If you leave today, you'll no longer be Sable, grandchild of the Ibeksi. You'll simply be Sable. The rest will come. But no matter what you are, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always know you. I will always love you. I will see you again. I don't know where my journey will end, but I know where it must begin, and I'm ready. To that face! Away! Can I take the bike? I'm not going back for the bike. Fuck that dude. We're just gonna hoof it. Oh wait, can I put on the new clothes? Is that an option? Gotta make sure you got your new duds on before you go on your gliding. That's important. Don't know what the fuck any of that means, but I said it. Now you know it's important. Erp, yep. It was nice of this door to be open this time. Alright, time to go touch a face or whatever. Okay, that's very loud. Huh. This is a lot of parkour. I guess let's go this way. I think I fucking whop, then aim for over there. Yeah. Yeah, we just make our way up from here and hope for the best. I think that's a mask that's floating right there. I mean, that's a hat. Oh, I see treasure. Oh, I thought I was going to miss that jump and I was going to be butthurt. 100 cuts. Now that I look at it, I think I'm actually supposed to go this way. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Might not matter. The thing I'm really supposed to get on that platform. It is a mask. Okay, I'm putting both of these down so I can do the this thing. I think I put the masks on and then the hat. That just makes sense, but I'm gonna try the hat first anyways, because then I don't have to walk all the way out of the damn room. Climb. If this resets everything, I am going to scream. I mean, I'm not, but I'm going to scream internally. As you probably know, I don't tend to express emotions externally. Yeah, I don't think it matters. What does matter is speed! Not necessarily. Speaking of speed, okay, this is not related to anything I just said. But I was watching the latest Laserpig video. Highly recommend Laserpig. He is my favorite gay pig-based YouTuber. I will not explain the context for that. No, he had a really, really good video. Actually, two really good videos. One was about the tiger, And it wasn't like a, you know, oh, let's talk about how the tiger was bad, actually. It was just like, you know, let's just kind of talk about the tiger. Hey. Just kind of where it stands in terms of history and shit. But he also did a great one talking about Russia again, and they're just... There's people theorizing that we're going to see, I think it's a T-34 in Ukraine, because in every conflict Russia has been in since World War II, there has been at least one T-34 involved in fighting in some capacity. Both fucking bangers of videos. Alright, where's that mask? Oh, it's right there. I just couldn't see it. It wasn't loaded in. Can I put that mask on? Child's mask. Blank-looking mask worn by all children of the Dune. Most kids customize theirs for fun. More traditional clans frown on that sort of self-expression. A mask worn by those in the Sansi made of bone. The one in particular of the Ibexi are made from the skull of a mountain goat. Camp. Well, guess we'll be going back and getting our vehicular. And then we'll be off. Something tells me this ritual was not this difficult initially before this parts of this temple fucking crumbled. That's just a theory, though. Is that gonna close behind me, or is it just gonna stay open for some reason? It's gonna stay open for some. All right, cool. They should send someone here to deal with it. There's something hidden over here. All right, cruising. I don't know if this is faster than just dropping down and running, but I think it is. So we're headed back to Jodi, I would assume. Yes, we are. The pill is just sitting there. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Jodi's voice echoes strangely through the machine, yet still it warms me. Well, Sable, this is it. By the time you hear this, we will have gone. The gliding is a journey that must begin alone. Certain nuance lost in transmission. That I'm grateful. It's been far too much to hear the cracks in her voice and not run weepily into her arms to stay forever. But I'm ready. So close my eyes and listen. But, though you go by yourself, you are not without friends. You're not without family. You are not without love. These things you will always carry with you, as do you. And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if I were you, I might go and see Utari, the machinist at Burnt Oak Station, and among Sizzo's closest friends. Utari is a good contact to have in one's glide, and a fine way to get another machinist badge if you're so inclined. Only a suggestion, though. As for us, I'll send another message once we return to the Ewer. So keep an eye out on the post boxes. Try not to forget us. Takes a long breath, and I forget that things as easy as breathing could ever exist. The world is waiting, Sable. Good luck. Oh, it's my bike. Sweet. Away we go. This gate does look like a king and a queen, by the way.
Come in to me, show us
Sable.
the way. I'm caught between the wisdom parts of the unknown. Adored
Just the two of us.
two worlds, a sight to see. It feels like everything is moving around me. Feels like it is moving in time.
I'm kind of reluctant to talk over the music. It's just kind of a really good moment. Appear to have already ventured outside of the map. I feel that this is the place to go. Woo. Ah, I see. Some trash has fucking drifted into my live stream again. Disgusting. If I just like... This is kosher? This seems fine. Listen, your parkour may be hardcore, but I am shoving this up here for some reason. Recyclables. Fish. Alright, that's a good place to park. Everyone remember where we left that? You guys remember where I parked that, yeah? It should be fine. Let's check out this one. Oh, it's a tubby statue! What am I doing here? Oh, I hope the stamina bar gets bigger. Cheesing things is possibly the best parts of the game. I would assume so. I enjoyed not collecting beetles for the small child. Fuck the small child. Hate small children. Someone asked me at work the other day, they were like, what would you do if a small child just approached you? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'd probably just fucking shoot it. Which was not the answer they were prepared for. Does get bigger loads. Thank God. Going to start climbing now. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not climbing. Get down. Alright, we're doing a walkabout. Let's see. Now we're climbing. Not going to make it. That's intensely frustrating. I am going to make it. That's so wiggly. Damn it. I don't know what to do with these chum eggs. But I got another one. Oh, there's like wind turbine thingies over there. That's neat. The wind tower. More like the tower that isn't made of wind, am I right? False advertising. I'm going to fucking sue you. I'm very funny. Shut up. Or don't. I don't know. It's a free country. Wow, nothing. I'm really glad I came over here. Why, there's a box. And a stair. I will only ever see them as cum eggs. Don't deny. The thought did cross my mind just a few minutes ago. But I'm a civilized person, and I don't tend to make such inappropriate observations. I live my life at a higher standard. Anyways, do you know anyone that works at Yamaha? Trying to get a job. That's just the story of my life right now. Is like I'm trying to get a job that sucks less. Guys, whoop. Whoop. Hello, box. Bouldering top. Though they won't help me climb further. The hand wraps and lightweight fit of this gear are great for making scaling mountain heights more comfortable. Eat. I'm gonna keep randomly climbing. Hell. Feel less so randomly and more with purpose. Don't fall off. I will say something mean. Fascinating. Bridge. The pioneers used to walk across these babies for miles. They deliver pizza, too. I can make that. Nailed it. Climb, damn it! Specifically requested climbing. God bless America. This is Todd Howard's fault, isn't it? This is what we get for not playing Skyrim and instead playing fucking Sable. I could have played Skyrim. That was a choice. It's not a choice that will ever happen, though, but it was a choice. Is a choice still a choice if it's something that you'll never choose, or is it merely a distraction? Up on high. I did forget that there was a door. I was just climbing for the sake of it. Yeah, I'll choose throw. Are you fucking kidding me? No, try that again. We're gonna have a serious talk about the difference between throwing and putting down. Anyways, what's in the box? Machinist top. A standard uniform worn by machinists in mid. Machinists will always make sure each set has its own unique modifications for their own particular needs. Ito. My bike's trying to find its way to me. I respect that. Catch me, I'm falling! You missed. So about that machinist top. I have several tops now. I hate that I can't click on any of them. Bouldering top. Oh, I thought those were sleeves. That's just arms. I love me a game that allows you to change appearance without impacting abilities. That's a lot of game. I like that. I thought that these were sleeves, and it's just arms. Because I am kind of fucking. Here we go. Yes, it is sad news that I was just informed that the people I normally go ride mountain bikes are going to ride mountain bikes at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And I refuse to get up before 8 a.m. Much less be somewhere to ride mountain bikes at that. I don't know if I'm going to ride tomorrow or not. I don't know. I don't really ride solo these days. Ride? I don't know. I'll think about it. You have that new coil spring. I don't know where I would ride. I don't really want to ride. The places I would normally go ride, I don't want to go ride solo. And I don't want to drive anywhere. I may just sleep. I'm very tired. Where am I going? It doesn't matter, but where am I going? Up is always a good location day. I'm gonna fly through this. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna ride at 8. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking not. Absolutely not. Kidding me? I would have had to have gone to bed before now. I'm still sitting here playing video game. I had to finish cat game first. Now I'm playing motorcycle game. Although I don't know if I'll play this next set. We'll have to see. Like I said, wait, so have you risen with the coil yet? Fucking what? Excuse me, sir. I'll have you know that I just exited the arch thing and watched the cutscene where the word Sable appeared. And then I proceeded to climb up tower. You know, bread and loaves? No, I don't. No, I don't know. You just... You put fucking asterisk loaves but spelled it the same. What is the point of this? Maybe I'm not the stupid thing. Better go see what the thing is. Ow, my hand. Also, you'll find this interesting, by the way. There is a customer that my manager is formally requesting upper management that to be able to ban him from the shop. You could say it. I'm a numpty. I don't understand. Yeah, we had a customer who we've had before, and he is a known asshole. So normally he just says mean things to me. Like, he called me a liar one time because I told him we charged $10 to put tubes on wheels. Because, hear me out on this. We charged $10 fucking to put a tube in a wheel. Which he didn't like, so he called me a liar. But, yeah, today he said something wildly sexist to one of my coworkers. It was extremely inappropriate. And I'm not gonna fucking repeat it. It was so inappropriate that one of the customers who we have, who like is a known like ride or die Republican, objected to it. Like another customer who's a diehard Republican was like, that was out of line and extremely inappropriate. It was not good. And I'm stoked for the idea of this man fucking off and never bothering me again, because I hate him. I hate this person. He's just a terrible human being. Does this man look like Ron Jeremy? No, he looks like a fucking... It's the dude who said he's like 50, but looks like he's 300 years old. I don't know if you remember that guy. And he drives this shit SUV, and his bike doesn't have a front brake. Why am I carrying this? What am I doing with this? Okay. Like, I don't know if you were there that day, but we had this dude who's like, oh yeah, I'm only like 50 something, and we're just like, he looks like he's 90. Sounds super familiar. Like one of my my coworker was just trying to make polite conversation with him, and he was just so fucking rude. I don't know why I'm carrying it, but I am. What is that? That bug. It is a bug. Steam Giant. But yeah, my manager was like, it was offensive. And I was already pissed. I hate this dude so much. Because he called me a liar one time, and I decided to hold a grudge. So honestly, good riddance to bad rubbish. Every time he comes into, he fucking complains about how much stuff costs. Like I'm expected to give a shit. Dude's barely spent any money. Hercules beetle, larval husk. That's a golden rule I've found of working at a bike shop too, is that the customers that are like complain the most and give you the most problems, they also spend the least money. We had another dude come in today, and like he just came in to be rude. I think that was the whole reason he showed up at the shop, was just to be mean. Because I was talking to him, broke bitches man, yeah, you ain't kidding. But yeah, we had this other dude come in today, and he's like, do you have bike boxes? And I'm like, no. I don't currently have any bike boxes. We threw them all away the other day. We don't have any right now, but our other store normally does. And he goes, so you don't have any boxes? And I'm like, yeah, I don't have any boxes. And he goes, okay, so you can't box this bike and ship it for me? And I'm like, no, I can do that. But that's not what the fuck you asked. You asked me if I had a box, which the answer was no. Like, I can get a box to box a bike to ship it. That ain't a problem. But like, if you ask me if I have a box right this moment, the answer to that question is no. And he asked it like 4 or 5 more times where he's like, so do you have a box? And I was like, no, I don't have a box right now. He's like, so you can't box up this bike? And I'm like, no, I can box up that bike. I can check it in and box it for shipping. He goes, but you said you don't have a box. I'm like, yeah, I don't have a box right this minute that I could give you if you were to take it home and box it or anything. because he kept alternating between he was going to take the box to bike it up to the bike and the box to box this bike for shipping, and him wanting us to. He kept fucking changing his story every other goddamn sentence. And I was looking at it, and I'm like, is that an e-bike? And he goes, yeah, of course it is. Obviously. It was like a road bike. It was a gravel e-bike. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know if we can ship an e-bike. Let me check with my manager. And he's like, well, do you guys not ship bikes? And I'm like, yeah, we do ship bikes. We ship them using Bike Flight. And he goes, so you don't ship bikes? And I'm like, yes, we ship bikes using Bike Flight, the bike shipping service. And he goes, so you ship bikes? I'm like, yeah. You'd pay us to box the bike, and then you would arrange a shipment using Bike Flights. And then they would come pick up the bike. And he goes, so you don't ship bikes? And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I love when people don't know what they have, but get mad at you for not knowing from their description. Oh no, this dude, I think this dude was trying to be an asshole. Like, that was the vibe I got, is that he was deliberately being a dick. Honestly, like, if it was up to me, we would not have served this dude. Like, he would have been sent on his merry way. We didn't need his business. My manager decided to go and, fucking interact with him. And so, like, we're looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, we've got to check the regulations on shipping this bicycle because it's an e-bike. It's got hazardous materials. And he goes, there's no regulations for that. And I'm like, what? Yeah, there's regulations for shipping e-bikes because they contain hazardous materials, namely the battery. And he goes, the regulations don't matter. And I'm like, yes, they do. And so my manager sits down at the computer and he pulls up the Bike Flight, the info for Bike Flights. And he's reading through the stuff for basically he's reading through the regulations. This sounds like a customer service story. What did I miss? I am telling a customer service story. You have unfortunately missed the beginning of it, but I'm going to continue from here because I don't want to repeat. So my manager is sitting at the computer and he's reading up on Bike Flights what we have to do to ship an e-bike. And he's reading it, and this guy is like, he's glaring at us. He's not looking at it, he's fucking glaring at us. And my manager, he's reading through it, and he's going, okay, so there's this. You have to discharge the battery. You have to get a label. And the guy goes, what's the problem? Like, he says it aggressively. He's like, what's the problem? And I look, and I look up, and I'm like, we're just checking what the regulations are for shipping the e-bike. And he goes, regulations don't matter. And I'm like, what? Yes, they do. We have to make sure we follow the proper regulations to ship the e-bike. He goes, well, since you guys aren't shipping it, then it doesn't matter to you guys whether or not the regulations are adhered to. And I'm like, yeah, it does. And he's like, no, it doesn't if you're not shipping it, if you're not the ones shipping it. And I'm like, yeah, it does. And he's like, no, I don't see why that matters. And my manager goes, it matters because if we put it in a box and ship it and it's not boxed right, we're liable, which is true. And he's like, no, you wouldn't be. And I'm like, yeah, we would. And he's like, well, the regulations don't matter. And I'm just sitting here like, it's like a fucking misdemeanor. You can go to jail for shipping hazardous materials incorrectly. Like, it's a $75,000 fine for shipping an e-bike battery incorrectly. And he's like, I've shipped 5 of these. First, he's like, I've shipped 3 of these bikes. And you just go to the store. And he didn't say what. You just go to the store and you go talk to Jerry, and he gives you the thing. You just stick it on the box and you're good to go. And I'm like, fucking what? What? And like, at this point, I've stopped talking because I am so angry. Like, there's no way for me to open my mouth and not just say something fucking mean. And my manager's like, yeah, like, we have to pack it right. I'm just reading the, the guidelines on how we need to pack it for the regulations. And he's like, I don't see why that matters. Wait, what? That's so goddamn wrong. It's mad. Yeah, and so he finishes reading the thing, and the guy he's like, so can you do it or not, huh? Can you ship it or not? And my manager's like, yeah, we can. And he looked at, and he was annoyed because we have a labor SKU for boxing an e-bike. It's $125, which is bullshit, by the way. It should be way. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay. Because I am the service manager. This is my department. Literally. I am in charge of this department. So I look at it, I'm like, okay, so we can ship it, and we can, we see how to do it. But, like, we have to make sure that the battery is fully discharged. Well, it says the battery has to be discharged to a minimum of 30%. It has to be stored internally in the frame or separately from the bike. And so we're going over this, and he's like, none of that doesn't matter. And I'm like, I'm not responding. Just fuck you. And he goes, so I'll pay you to box it, and then I'll ship it myself. And I'm like, and we're like, yeah, you can do that. We don't care. And I'm like, now, and because, despite how angry I am, I'm also aware that if I provide good customer service to this guy right now, it's probably going to piss him off. So anyways. He's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah. So make sure when you ship it yourself and you take it to, UPS or FedEx or USPS, you declare it to have, to be an e-bike with hazardous materials. And he goes, no, I don't have to do that. I just look, I'm like, yeah, you do. No, I don't have to do that. You just go over there and you just put the sticker on it and you're good to go. And I'm like, no. He's like, I don't see why it matters. I don't see why these regulations matter. He keeps this is not me repeating stuff, by the way. I am advancing through the conversation. I have not backtracked at any time. You need to be aware of this. Me retelling this, I have not backtracked. I am continuing on. At no point in time have I backed up and repeated something. Bear that in mind. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, I've shipped 3 bikes, and all you just go over and they put a tag on it and you're good to go. We're like, okay. And my manager's like, so do you want to ship the bike or do you want us to ship the bike? And he goes, well, can you ship the bike? My manager's like, yeah, we ship using bike flights. You would have to arrange the shipment, but then you would email us this information and we would ship it. And he goes, so I would ship it. No. And he explains it again, and he goes, so you guys can't ship it. And he's like, we can ship it. And he goes, and my manager goes, yeah, we would ship it. And then my manager tells him how much it is. He goes, yeah, it's $125 to box an e-bike. And he's like, well, why is it so much? And he goes, because we have to disassemble the bike, wrap it up and put it in the box, and make sure that it's done properly with the correct material storage. And he goes, well, why do the regulations matter? I see your comment, Dylan. I will get to that. And my manager's like, because my manager's like, so you would arrange the thing, send us the shipping label, and have them send us the hazardous materials label. And he goes, I don't know why you would need that. I've shipped 5 bicycles, and no, they've never needed that. And my manager just fucking ignores him. He just doesn't respond. And so he just starts writing up the work order, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, and he's like, so you'll be paying for this. And he goes, no, the dealer I bought the bike from will be paying for this. And Drew's my manager. And he's like, okay, well, I'll need to get payment. He's like, I have to get either half down or the whole thing for the labor up front, because that's our policy. And he's like, well, let me call the dealer and get them to pay you. Sure. So he calls this other dealer. And the other dealer, like, was very friendly, was very nice, was very professional. We got the information. But, like, halfway through the dealer reading, you know, giving my manager the credit card info for the transaction, this dude interrupts him and takes the phone back to ask him about something. I don't know what it was. I don't know what he asked him. I dead ass walked up the fucking staircase behind service. So the building I'm in is one floor, second floor, first floor, second floor. Service is on second floor. So like we check in bikes on the bottom floor and then we walk them up the stairs and it sucks. But I walk up the stairs. And I'm fucking pissed. I am fuming. Because this dude was just being a dick to me for no fucking reason. Like I came over all friendly and shit and he's like just being a cunt. So I'm upstairs and I'm like, you know what? What's the fucking penalty for shipping, you know, a battery wrong? So I looked that up. You can get jail time, and it is a $75,000 fine. That'll put a dent in your profit margin. And I looked that up, and I come back down the stairs, and I hear the guy saying, "I've shipped 10 bicycles, and I've never had to worry about these regulations y'all are talking about." And my manager's like, yep, that's fine, blah, blah, blah. And he gets the dude to leave. And my manager turns around and goes, I don't understand why people just go into businesses just to be a dick. And I'm like, I don't fucking either. The thing is the dude kept upping the count. He's like, I've shipped 3 bicycles. I've shipped 5 bicycles. I've shipped 10 bicycles. And I'm like, I've actually shipped a bunch of bicycles because I work at a bike shop where we ship bicycles. Fuck you. And as Dylan said, I'm sorry, but a lithium-ion battery goes on a plane fully charged in cargo. It can very easily explode. It can! They're literally bombs. Wait, so tell us why you didn't like the guy. It's because he was white. Definitely the reason. I'm so glad I'm a small channel because I said get in a lot of trouble for that joke. A thoroughly unpleasant human being. Classic Neko. Hates white people. I'm not really certain why I climbed that tower. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, so that was like that was the second customer that was an asshole that day. And I told my manager, I'm like, Drew, the next person that comes in here and is just a fucking dick out of the gate, please let me tell them to just leave. Because I am so tired of dealing with them. Come with me. Let's go on an adventure. Come on, big boy. Let's go. Going on an adventure. What if that's the one mom Drew missed when he was sick? Oh, you mean when Drew was just out fucking plowing MILFs? Who knows? Don't ask for clarifications on some of these jokes. Viking and I used to work together. Here you go. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, there's another grubby grub down here. The thoughts on Sable so far. I don't know if I'm going to stream it more. I think it's a bit too abstract for that. But I do enjoy it. I fell in the hole again. That didn't take long. How do I get out of this hole? There you go. That's why I'm here. It's money. What if I just leave my if I leave that in here? It'll probably be fine. Did I climb back up this? Did I miss something up there? I have no idea. I definitely missed shit in here because I didn't come down here. Yeah, I like it. The animation has taken a hot minute to get used to, but I have gotten used to it. What is that? Oh, it's a wiggle. Eat. Typically, there'll be missions and specific loot at places like this. That's what I would assume. I think I just wandered here. I have a bad habit when playing games of wandering places where you're supposed to do missions and just wandering through the entire place before I even get the mission. So I'm working on the idea that that's probably what I just did. Would not be the first time, and it will not be the last that I do that in a video game. I didn't go this way. Oh, this is just that. Okay, never mind. I know where this is now. The great part of this game is that it doesn't penalize you for playing like that. Yeah, I've played a lot of games that do, and I hate that so much. I was very pleased when earlier it was like, you need to collect the parts for your motorcycle. And I was like, and it was like, go to these places, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. I already went to 2 of those. And then it was just like, yeah, you found the thing that was there already. And I'm like, thank fuck. So I didn't want to go back. I like exploring. I don't like exploring twice. Why did I do that? Yeah, I feel like there should be something right there. On this little book. Doesn't look like there is, though. Yeah, I guess we're good to go. I'm curious how my motorcycle will get out of there, but that's a him problem. Let's... where are we? Oh, we're... What are these? What's that? What at? Remember correctly, the grubs were the important part of the cave? Oh. I got those. The wind tower. We did that. I should probably go back over here. Ibex camp. Oh, no, that's just this. Let's see. Placed a blue. Give me that back. The symbols are chum eggs that you found. So, head that way. Going to float over gently. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to stream next Saturday. It probably isn't going to be Sable, just because I think this is something I want to do. I mean, it might be. You never know. I'm going to give it some thought, because I really don't have another game in mind. I did really enjoy Stray, though. Stray was a lot of fun. I'm sure my motorcycle will figure it. And if it doesn't, I'll be walking everywhere for the rest of the game. And won't that be fun? Plus, for paying customers, I don't think anything beats the know-it-all customers that think they're always right. Oh my god, yeah. I always cherish that customer that... I tried to explain to him that you're supposed to put air in your tires. He didn't agree. That's actually really common, is you'll try to explain to someone you're supposed to put air in your tires, and they're like, no you don't. And you're like, what? Because at that point, the conversation is effectively done. The moment someone disagrees with you on a fundamental like that, you're done. Like there's nowhere to go from there, because anything you would tell them is just going to make them feel like an idiot, or they'll get really defensive or something. So you're just kind of fucked. Wait, people really? Wait, what? Really, people that dumb? Yeah, they are. It's depressingly dumb. Like, I had a guy call me an asshole because he came in, he's like, my wife's bike keeps getting flat tires, so I would like you to put an entirely new wheel on the front of her bicycle. And I was like, what? Because there's not really a correlation there. I'm gonna actually have to go back and get that fucking bike, aren't I? Oh my god. I don't even know if I can get the bike. It's stuck behind the bug. Okay. Well. Burn that bridge in a bit. Yeah, so he came, I'm like, and I will admit, when someone comes with a flat tire, the first thing I ask is, when was the last time you put air in it? Because I'd say about 60% of the time, the answer was, I've never put air in it. In which case, they don't need a new tube or a tire, they just need a bike pump. In which case, I sold them a bike pump and I solved their problem. And he's like, I don't know, I've never put air in it. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're getting a lot of flats, and you don't regularly put air in the tires, that can be like getting flats can be a result of not putting air in your tires. If you run tires with too low air pressure, what will happen is you'll get a pinch flat where the tube will basically pinch down on itself and make two little holes next to each other. And he looks at me just like, I don't believe that. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, so... And he's like, well, how often do you have to put air in it? I was like, you're supposed to put air in it before every ride. And we're having, and I keep going, like, I'm like, he's like, well, you know, there was definitely air in it last time it was ridden. I'm like, oh, okay. What PSI was it at? And he goes, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, is it a road bike, a mountain bike, or a cruiser? And he goes, it's a townie. And I was like, oh, okay. So those typically need to be at a minimum of 40 PSI for every ride. Prevent pinch flats. And I could tell from the look on his face that he didn't believe me about the pinch flat thing. Like, he thought the pinch flat thing was something I was making. So... I guess I better go back and get the fucking bike. So, I'm like, okay, well... Because I can tell already the problem here is not that they need a... First of all, let me explain to you why I would not order this man a wheel. Because I would order him a wheel. It would cost him like $90 fucking dollars. We would put it on, we'd put the tire and everything on, change out the tube, he would go off, and he'd come back in a fucking week, and he'd be fucking pissed. Because somehow the tire doesn't have air in it again, and it's our fault for selling him a bad wheel, and we did a bad job, blah, 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 blah. Because that's what usually happens. So I didn't want to sell him the wrong solution to the problem, because one, I'm not in the business of just selling people shit, I'm in the business of fixing their shit. And two, that would just be a headache. So I'm like, okay, do you have the bike with you? He goes, yeah, I've got the bike outside. I'm like, cool. Bring it in and I'll take a look at it. And he goes out, and I can tell he was thinking about stuff while he was outside. Because he came back in and he brought the bike over to me, and I took it and I put it in the repair stand, and he goes, you know, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, oh shit. Because whatever he's about to say to me is going to be a lie. And he's like, and it definitely had 40 PSI in it last time we used it. And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah. And it's weird that we've never had a the rear tire, excuse me. It's weird that the rear tire has never gone flat. It's only the front tire that's ever gone flat. And I think that's why we need a new wheel. Because the front tire is fine, or the rear tire is fine. We've had no problems with it. So I go over, And I'm like, okay. So I go and squeeze the rear tire, and it goes straight to the rim. No fucking air. Not a lick. And I'm like, okay. I go to the front tire, straight to the rim. I'm like, okay. Both these tires are completely flat. Like, not kind of flat, completely flat. I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, so I turn around, and I go to the computer, because, like, the solution to his problem is putting fucking air in his tires. That is the solution to this problem. And I'm like, okay, so both of your tires are flat. And he's like, huh? And I'm like, so based off of what I'm looking at, you know, they just look like they need air. And he's like, no, they're flat. And I'm like, yeah, that's hear me. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, and this is where he digs himself a fucking hole. Because this dude obviously has a really small dick. Like, this man is very small penis energy. So, like, I sit down, I'm like, fine, I'll price you out a wheel. You know, I'm like, how do I talk this dude to the correct repair? Like, how do I get him to the correct repair? And I'm like, okay, so, and this is when I tell him about, like, you're supposed to, he's like, I'm like, yeah, you need to make sure you're putting air in the tires to prevent pitch flats, because if you get flats really often, it's usually pitch flats. And he's like, well, how often are you supposed to put air in your tires? And I look at him like, every time you ride the bike. And he's like, well, that's ridiculous. Who would put air in their bike tires every time they ride? That's like checking the tire pressure in your car every month. And who would do that? And I look him dead in the eye and say, sir, I check my tire pressure every month. That's all I say. I look at him and go, sir, I check my tire pressure every month, my car. And he fucking snaps. Like, he loses his shit. And he starts yelling. And he's like, well, you're just an asshole. And I don't have to take this. There's plenty of bike shops I can take my business to. And I can go somewhere else where you're just horrible. And he takes his bike and he fucking storms out. And the customer standing behind him looks at me and goes, I don't think you were being rude. Yeah, me either. I spent like 20 minutes on this dude. Like, I tried my fucking best to, like, get this dude the right solution, but he was too fucking stupid. But that was just the worst interaction. But as to the matter of, do people not understand that you're supposed to put air in your bicycle tires? Yes. Many people do not know this. In fact, Biking Viking can confirm this, because Biking Viking currently works at a bike shop and used to work at a bike shop with me, and has had that conversation. Just, I know that they've had that conversation. I've watched them have that conversation. Listen, I got bitched at one time because I told a customer that you're supposed to wash your bicycle. And he didn't take that well. I'm sorry. There's things that there's just not a way to tell someone that does not make them sound like an idiot. All the time, yeah. That's why, like, when people buy a brand new bicycle, I don't ever tell them about the maintenance things you need to do on a new bike. Because I assume they're so fucking stupid, they'll assume that that's horrible and inconvenient, and that it's because this is a bad bicycle, not because you're supposed to put oil on the chain of your bicycle, or wash your fucking bicycle, or put air in your fucking bicycle. Or, you know, my personal favorite, is it okay if I leave my bike outside 24/7? No, it'll probably get stolen, and it'll get rusty. Like, So I just did this, on Tuesday, I went to a Bosch e-bike training course. So I could get my, Bosch e-bike certifications for, servicing Bosch e-bikes. And it was a very good course, but there was parts of it that were really funny because the guy teaching the course, who has worked at a bike shop prior to his current job, he was listing off stuff that you can pull up in the diagnostics. And I could tell, like, basically the reason he was explaining these things is because he's like, yeah, when you get customers that come in with stupid questions, here's how you solve them. To be honest, I didn't know that you're supposed to oil the chain. I knew the Aaron Bosch them thing. Yeah, you're supposed to lube the chain. It seems obvious to people that know, but, like, it isn't to most people because, you know, you don't have to pour oil on your fucking car every time you go. Like, it's obvious to me because I'm a mechanical engineer, and two, I work at a fucking bike shop. Yeah, you're supposed to lube your chain on the regular to keep it from rusting and to keep it from wearing out fast. Because once your chain starts wearing out, it starts wearing out the rest of the drivetrain, and then the whole bike doesn't work. If you live in a wet climate, Britain, you typically want to use what's called a wet lube because it doesn't wash off the chain in damp conditions. Where I live, because it doesn't rain that often, comparatively, we use a dry lube because it dries onto the chain and prevents the chain from collecting dirt. I greet the cartographer shyly, a little cowed by how alone we are up here and how intimate that sometimes feels despite it being so much a part of my gliding. She responds with what sounds like a warm smile. Hello there, glider. Thanks for taking the time to climb all the way up here. Surveying gets a little lonely sometimes, you know? I tell her I do, given how lonely I can get on the sand sometimes. I hope Simoon doesn't hear. So, what do you need? I buy a map. It should have been obvious to me because I'm an ex-motor vehicle technician. Yeah, I know, right? Bikes are one of those things that, like, I think people underestimate how complicated they're. They're not that complicated, but they're also pretty common. Other nice thing is you can use the same bike lube in the bedroom. I saw that coming. You definitely want to use the biodegradable one. If you use like ProLink or something, you know, the really nasty oil-based stuff, your vagina is going to smell terrible. I'm sorry. So inappropriate, but I couldn't help myself. Of course. Oh, a cartographer's badge. I'll just buy it. That seems cheap. Map of the Sand Sea. Okay, but I want to know about this badge. My map. Cartographer's badge. Badge traded by cartographers. It's often quite a journey to get them, but the views are incredible. They're always worth speaking to about the local area. I'll buy that. Thanks, Glider. Goodbye. Yeah, it's... yeah, I did get a guy who was really mad at me because basically parts of his bike were rusting really badly. And he's like, well, how do I stop... Ooh. How do I stop that from happening? And I explained that you wash your bike. Like, if you keep your bike clean, then it won't rust as quick. It'll last a lot longer. And he went, oh, do I have to tuck the bike into bed at night too? I have to wash it? Are you kidding me? And I'm like, what? I don't understand why you're yelling at me, sir. It was a weird interaction. You know, this game promised me that my bike would come to me. Might be upset because I left it in a hole in the ground for a while. God damn it. My bike's stuck again. Disclaimer, do not actually use chain lube in the bedroom. Like, just don't. That's a bad idea. Also, that's like some weird thing that people who do triathlons would do. So don't do that. And people who do triathlons tend to pee on their bikes. So, you know, don't do that either, because that's fucking disgusting. You may be thinking to yourself, Tiny, have you ever actually had a customer's bike come in that they peed on?
At least once a month.
You may go, how can you tell? The smell. And also, they'll have a yellow sheen to them. That's not a joke. They will. Neko does suggest drinking bike lube. No, you drink the Muck Off Pink Wash. It's good for you. It helps clean out your insides. And you know what, man? If you drink enough of it, it'll last you for the rest of your life. That being said, if you're feeling your insides are a bit gunked up, the Bontrager bike lube or the Bontrager degreaser is more effective than the Muck Off degreaser. That is a pro tip. But the Muck Off bike wash is better. Oh yeah, by the way, biking. Here's news that you can use and no one else can. Which is, I'm looking at buying Josh's motorcycle. Because I want a motorcycle. And Josh wants to sell his motorcycle. Also, we're trying to get my manager to buy a K-van. Because we think it'll be funny. And also, he drives a stupid fucking Honda. Trying to get him to buy something cool. We're trying to get him to buy a non-stupid Honda. I'm struggling. You guys know what K-vans are? Because they're pretty cool. You've never seen the like K-vans, K-trucks. They're really sweet. This is cool. I like this. Is this open? Oh, wow. Going back. Yeah, I work in retail now. The amount of times I've seen stupid questions asked all the time, and we're just like, why the hell would we know how to change light bulbs in cars? I know, but others don't. Yeah. We had a guy come in today, and his daughter was, I don't know the polite way to put it, so I'm just going to say disabled. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fucking term is right now. I would use it if I knew. Okay? I just don't. But she had these braces around both of her ankle. And they were telling us that, she wants to ride a bike, but she can't balance very well. And so they found these, really big training wheels to put on her bike, but they didn't make her bike stable enough for her to ride. And there was this whole conversation, and, it was confusing. So we were like, we really don't know what you're talking about. You have to go get the bike and bring it. I overheard this. I was not part of this interaction, okay? Just disclaimer, I deliberately did not involve myself in this interaction because it was weird. And also because I'm an asshole. So, any sensitive interaction I should not be a part of because I have the tactical grace of a miniature nuclear weapon. But, so they bring it in. And it's got these they're this big. The training wheel is this big. What do I have for, here. You guys know what a PS4 controller looks like. They're about this big. They're huge. And they're set on the bike so they're at a set angle. And training wheels are specifically set up so that way the bike can tilt from side to side by a little bit. And the idea is the child will learn to balance without the risk of falling over. That's how training wheels work. And we're looking at it, and first of all, they've been installed incorrectly, but like even if you saw and fixed that, they still would not, you know, these looked like really good training wheels because, you know, they have one position they can be in, and it's just the right, it's like that much on either side, the wheel is off the ground so it can teeter back and forth. And they're like, yeah, she tries to ride it, but you know, it's not stable enough. And my manager's like, okay, have you considered buying a tricycle? They're like, no, they're too expensive. And he's like, okay. And they're like, can you, you know, set this up in such a way so that it, you know, it's like a 3-wheeler? And we're like, no. There was no way to do this. And we're not a fabrication shop, we're a bike shop. Like, we're not gonna fab you something. We don't have the resources for that. That's not what we do. Similarly, if you go to a fabrication shop, they're not going to fix your bicycle for you. So we're looking at it, and they're like, and my manager's like, all right, well, let me look up stuff online and see what is available that might, you know, suit your need. He goes looking. And after about 10 minutes of looking online, he's like, okay, so here's what I found. You know, there's all these different, you know, training wheel styles, but none of them will do what you want them to do. They're all, you know, built to be slightly elevated off the ground to keep the bike from falling over, but it'll allow it to teeter back and forth. And also the ones that they wanted, because they wanted ones that were so this was a 26-inch kids bike. The wheel is 26 inch. They wanted 26-inch training wheel. They wanted the wheel on the training wheel to be also a 26-inch wheel. Okay. The only place that sells them is Amazon. And they were like $250. Which is a lot. And my manager's looking at this, he's like, yeah, for the price of this, you could just buy a tricycle. Yeah, Viking knows what I'm talking about now. Now you're on the same page of why this is just a batshit insane conversation. And my manager's like, yeah, you can quite literally just buy a tricycle for this price. That would be her size. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to buy her a tricycle. We just want, you know, to make this bike into a tricycle. And my manager's like, no. And at that point, there was something that came up I had to go do. So I was no longer watching this weird-ass interaction. And later on, my manager, after they had left, my manager was like, so, get this. And I'm like, what? And he goes, so the people earlier with the tricycle thing. And my manager opened this with, he's like, I can't stand parents where, like, one of them is like, yes, my child has a disability. And let's work to accommodate that in a way that, you know, still lets them be included and stuff. And then the other parent just, like, can't accept it. And always has to, like, find workarounds. Try and make it as normal as possible, blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Which is correct. That is what they were doing. And he's like, yeah, the guy was like, well, hubs are really simple. It's only like one moving part. So I don't understand why you can't just have a single axle that just goes through all 3 wheels on the back of the bicycle. And I don't see why you guys can't just do that. And my manager was like, well, hubs are actually really complicated and there's a lot of parts in them. And you'd have to get that made at custom made at a machine shop. And I pointed out that you'd also have to get a custom-made bike frame for that, too. Like, you would also need that. At which point, you could just pay him to custom-make a fucking tricycle. And that's just like, gotta feel bad for the kids. Okay, here's a thing of note. One of the things that stresses me out the most and makes me the most uncomfortable is when grandparents come into the bike shop with their grandkids to look for a bike for them. And you may go, well, what's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong with it. Because we had a grandparent who wanted to buy a bike for his grandchild. Good for him. So he comes in, he puts down the layaway for the bike, gets, he's with the kid picks out the bike, they do all this stuff. It's a reasonable bike, it's not an expensive bike, it's a good bike. And then they leave. I don't know if Viking was there at this time when this interaction happened, but I hated it. So, like, the grandparent was nice. The child was good. That was all kosher. About a day later, the dad comes in. And he's fucking pissed. Like, he's angry. And he is furious that the granddad would dare to buy the grandchild a bicycle. Like, he's livid. Oh, and he makes it known. Like, he gives us an earful about it. He never says why. So I think the reason is it made his dick feel small. Or something. But he was pissed. And and some of you know this, some of you don't. I don't have a very healthy family history. So I can recognize when someone is just a shitty person, is probably a terrible abusive father. And that's definitely what this man was. And it was horrifying. Then ever since then, every time a grandparent comes in to buy their grandchild a bike, I am so fucking uncomfortable. Because I just go back to like, oh my god, are we just going to have this another thing where this dude is going to come in yelling at us and we're going to get dragged sideways into some fucking family drama? Oh my god, please no. I hate it. And sometimes, like, oh my god. Let's tell a funny story instead from... Okay, Viking, you're gonna enjoy that. Okay, everyone else will too, but Viking will. I'll be able to give Viking specific details that they will understand that you will not. So, at the shop, we had some cleaning supplies for customers. So, like, cleaning your clothing and stuff. And one of them was, like, this odor-ridden, like, spray bottle thing. Yeah, I get that. It sucks when people drag us into family drama. And I don't know why they do it. So, like, we had the detergent no one bought, the detergent packets no one bought, and then there was, like, a Windex-style spray bottle of something. Like, some odor thing. So, two kids came into the shop one day, and their dad was not paying attention. And they picked up the bottle, and they proceeded to spray it all over their arms. Odor X. Yeah, that's what it was. And they sprayed it all over their arms. Other hand, all over their arms. Both children did this. They used like an eighth of the bottle. Which we sold to someone today, by the way, because fuck it. Didn't tell them, just sold them the fucking bottle. Sprayed it all over their arms and proceeded to fucking get it in their eyes and start screaming. And the dad had the fucking gall to get mad at us. Like, you literally ignored your children. And they went, spray, spray, spray. And they were just screaming. And running around the store, crying, screaming. And none of us are helping. We're not fucking helping you. Fuck you and your child. I hate both of you. He raised some grotesque shitlings. I mean, presumably he was like, oh, it's a bike shop. What's the worst they can do? Well, first of all, there's like $10,000 bikes all over the goddamn place. I can only imagine the the EA glare. Like, well, she couldn't glare because she was checking him out. So, like, she couldn't glare until he turned away. But, like... Oh my god. None of us went to help. We were all like, not my fucking problem. She thought it was hilarious. I will tell you that. She thought it was very funny. Which it was. I encounter a strange luminous figure. Greets me before I even have the chance to be frightened. New user found. Hello. Please enter your new username. Teach your fucking shitlings not to touch shit. Exactly. I find myself whispering my own name. It suddenly feels odd in my mouth, like this is the first time I've said it aloud. Welcome, Sable. I've set up a new account for you. He's been waiting for years for it to happen to some kid. Oh, yeah. I asked the mysterious figure about themselves. I am this ship's simulated anthropomorphic registry and informational nexus, but you can call me Saren. I asked Saren what they're doing here. I'm not entirely sure, Sable. Most of my data modules appear to be corrupted. I'm attempting to access the ship record. Saren goes still for a moment. Transferring the ship's log to your inbox. You have unread messages, Sable. Bikes are super dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Well, honestly, if you're a child that's like, 4 foot nothing, and you run headlong into an extra large mountain bike that weighs 50 pounds and it falls on top of you, I could see that being. Unread messages. Here are your unread messages. Recording 01. The panel blinks to life. Strange markings and symbols I assume to be ancient text spill across the screen as the background colors flash wildly. And then, strange buzzing like old fabrics pulling apart. In long-range sensors, Captain, we're picking up some anomalous readings from the upper atmosphere. Be a plasma storm, but the radiation signature doesn't quite match. Maintain approach at current speed. What's our time to destination? 46 Earth hours, give or take. Good. Keep an eye on those energy signatures and get Saren on it too. Pattern recognition. Captain, we need to purge our reactor soon. If we don't... I know, I'm aware of the risk. Not purging in the middle of space. We follow the protocol and... Recording fails. Static continues. A few button pushes bring silence and a screen that looks navigatable. But I can't decipher anything. No, unread. Goodbye. Eat. Yeah, it's... I mean, my bicycle weighs 50 pounds. I put a coil... Hold on, I need to show y'all something. I texted it to Viking, but I did not show y'all. I have to show you what I did to my bicycle. It's very exciting. Where is the Discord app on my phone? Oh, there it is. Found it. Neat. It crashed. Also neat. I am... Oh, I gotta link y'all 2 images. Actually, 3. Okay. This trim. Here. Here. Raven just gets like this dump of images every now and then. It's just images I'm going to show on stream. So first of all, there was a frog on our door yesterday, and he was there all day today too. Tree frog. That was cool. Big fan of that. The second one was just this picture, because it's a frog on a bicycle. Good stuff. And then my bicycle, because I added a coil to my bike. Look at that motherfucker. That's like $900 worth of suspension right there that I paid. Actually, that's $1,000 worth of suspension right there that I paid $450 to $500 for. It's pretty sweet. It's very sweet. I'm a big fan of it. So I got my Fox coil, I got my Fox dropper post, and I have a RockShox Zeb. My bike is dirty in this picture, but this is from yesterday when I put the coil on. It's pretty exciting. I finally have a balanced suspension. So what I mean by that is like both suspension have the same amount of resistance, so the bike moves up and down as one unit as opposed to moving like in an imbalanced fashion, which is how it did before, because the previous shock was garbage. Also, I discovered that that shock is broken. My previous one is actually broke. Because of fucking course it is, it's made by fucking SRAM. But it's very exciting. Coil suspension is very, very nice. So, this is the old shock. This probably looks fine to you, right? Now, before I explain what's wrong here, let me ask if anyone can take a guess as to what's wrong here. I will let you in on one piece of information. This shock currently has atmospheric pressure inside of the chamber that you pump up with the shock pump. So this is the shock that's not on a bike. Close, but no. This is the shock basically having vented the air out of it. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you a picture of a normal one of those. And then I want you guys to try and guess. You know, I want you to try and put 2 and 2 together here. That'll be the game. Okay, so this is a slightly different version, but the principle's the same. So, this is what it would... Ignore this. This does not matter. As you can see, this is what it would look like normally. This is what it looks like now. So it's compressed, and that seal looks fucked. The seal's not on straight. That red thing is not a seal. That's a movement indicator. So that basically just gets pushed up and down this to show you how much travel you... But Raven is correct. It is compressed. It's not supposed to be. So the way shocks like this work is you have, on this side, you have your air chamber. And on this side, you should have atmospheric pressure. Basically, this is a piston. The piston rings will be like about here right now. So you charge this side of the cylinder with air pressure for the rider weight and everything. And then that gets compressed so that it slides in and out. And the compression of the air is what gives you your cushion and all that jazz. This is a piggyback to add for more fine compression control edge. When you let the air pressure out of it, you're supposed to have atmospheric pressure on both sides of this piston. So it should just stay at the bottom of the cylinder. This thing went and went really fast. It did that so hard, it shot something out of the valve. And like it came out with enough force that it almost knocked my Shimano certifications off of the cabinet behind me. Like they hang there and it almost knocked them down. So what problem this has is there's about 100 PSI on the wrong side of this piston. Which means it's fucked. 100 PSI is a lot too. So it's good and fucked. Oh, it's pretty fucked. It's not even in like 6 months. Shram's fighting back. I know, right? Fucking Shram. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta find it.
Alcomonomo with a mechanical issue. Alcomonomo with a mechanical issue.
I love this. This will never be old to me.
Alcomonomo with a mechanical issue.
So good. So good. One more time.
Mechanical issue.
You guys can make that out, right? Also, fuck, that's bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not cheap. How much are these? I don't actually know. Oh my god! They're so expensive! Holy shit! Oh my god, it's... That's expensive. Hell. Is that writer actually saying that? Yes, he is. Like, he is actually saying fucking Shram.
With a mechanical issue.
That is actually a thing that happened.
Alcomonomo with a mechanical issue.
It also could be because it says Trek on the bike. You know, Trek is well known for making fucking terrible bikes. Yeah, the team and the rider had to walk it back massively afterwards. Yeah, they did. I did not realize how much this is worth Holy fucking shit, this is a $600 shock. Oh my god. I thought it was like $300. Holy shit. Anyways, my plan is I'm going to send this off to Shram for a warranty, and then I'm going to sell it. That's the plan. Because I don't want this fucking thing anymore. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna send it off for warranty, and I'm gonna sell it. I'm probably gonna sell it for like $250 or something. You know? I don't fucking care how much I get for it. I just want money for it. That's all I care about. Feel me? Money. I also need to sell my SRAM brakes that I don't use on my bike anymore because I got Saints. Also get bit SRAM. Yeah, SRAM makes decent drivetrains, and I've completed the list of things that they are okay at making. That's the thing. Oh, I love my bike. I'm a big fan of my bike, as you guys probably know. Hey, do you guys want to watch me commit, like, a crime? E-Tap is the only redeeming thing. Yeah, and E-Tap isn't even that great. I mean, it's pretty good, but it ain't that great. Sure? Okay. Let's commit a crime. Let's see. Where's the one I'm looking for? Is that the one? Yeah, so let's watch that thing real quick. Trying to find the right thing. Oh, that is it. Okay, that's what I'm.
My name is Select.
Shut up. Gotta search for this. So there's an event, and I'm sure that Ryan, I apologize, Viking, sorry, I just gave up and called them by their name. Whoopsie doopsie. Has already seen this. Because, you know, Red Bull Rampage is kind of a big deal. I want to show you a specific thing from it that was just fucking nuts. I just gotta find it though. Okay, here.
And
That
so
like
to your point,
it was
the
not
back tire
cool.
gets you back with been direct, you know, that 22-year-old Carson still interesting, right? Tough, interesting
Where's that one? I just want to show you how awkward this
trick
was.
drum here down at the bottom of the line. I can't wait to see what he chooses there. And he's going to double that up into another trick jump.
Hold on, let's see. Red Bull Rampage Rail. Yeah, this was awkward as shit.
You know, this guy's doing it in the most.
Okay, everybody, help them rampage. We ride big crew here. Watch these guys. Go! Alright, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Well, here we go.
Alright, who do we watch?
On the riders.
Look at that, there we go.
This is a nice, narrow.
I think they were really hoping this would be way cooler than it was, and it just wasn't that cool.
No real estate left on the
Yep, clean that.
And the sheer drop on both sides.
Alright, now let's watch
Now
Dylan.
you're coasting underneath
There
the
he is.
submarine and getting off to his
First run, they
drop here.
busted it out.
The nose. He's Got a nice little one.
Normally they do 2 runs each, but the wind got so high they had to cancel the second set of runs.
As he's managing his speed. Nice and slow.
Merging down.
This is a big one here.
Yo, buddy.
A crucial one as he gets down into his line.
All right.
He's got a lot.
There he is. Airing out.
Where the money
So watch this. This is awkward as shit.
I'm so nervous.
Jump to hit or to judge your
All right, into the rail.
Because he comes off of that, comes over,
All right.
fuck all speed. I mean, this is still impressive as hell.
You guys watch closely.
I think he probably he did not end up scoring very high for that, and I think it's because like it fucked the flow of what he was doing super hard, because he had to make that weird ass turn, where like he bailed out right here, turned, came down over to here, and then lined up on this, and then you know props for doing something fucking sick because it was pretty sick, but also he just whiffs it right there, loses his foot on the pedal. That's like ruin the flows around battle. Yeah, he didn't score well, if I remember correctly, which is fair because like that was kind of the like props for doing it, but I think the novelty of it does not even come close to make up for the fact that it was just kind of
right down here. It's
kind of fucking jank. Red Bull Rampage is pretty dope. Oh, I remember back when I was playing video games? Neat. That's the thing. Those are kind of the 2 big things I remember Rampage. Is the dude hitting that massive fucking gap, which is ballistic. The dude just, with bike, just jumping off a fucking cliff to get onto his bicycle. If it was a part of his natural run, it would have been better. Yeah, that's what I like. If I imagine he would have landed it better too if it wasn't like off the track from what he was already doing. I mean, I'm not an expert at all. I suck at jumping. I'm terrible at it. I mean, I can kind of get up. I cleared a jump at Jared's place on accident because I'm fucking stupid. Oh, don't these light up when you go through them? Yeah, neat. But, I don't know, man. I feel like it would have been more impressive. I'm gonna have to drop for the night, 4:40 a.m. Yeah, I should go to bed too, because it's 11:41. I like how my streams are, like, usually playing video games, but sometimes we just don't. Because video games are common. I'm gonna fly over. Oh, am I supposed to be getting these rings in order or something? Or do they just light up? Is that just a fun thing they do? Maybe it's like a timed gate thing. I would assume it's like a time thing. It's good night, Dylan. Have a good one. Enjoy train. Okay, for the sake of being thorough, let's loop around. Let's hit all these rings, and then I'm probably gonna go. Okay, let's hit the rings. And see if something happens. See, this one's still lit up. Kind of weird. You think there's an order in which I need to hit the rings? This doesn't seem to have done anything. Oh well. Your current bike might not be fast enough. Yeah. That is a distinct possibility. Hey man, as a great man once said, the possibilities are endless. I would say I don't really know where to go, but I feel like that's part of the point. I feel like if you knew where to go, that would ruin some of the fun. Also, on a side note that I haven't mentioned, have I mentioned that I got 2 boxes? Haven't. Really lazy. Got 2 of these. I haven't opened them. I'm not gonna open them right now. Like, it's time for bed. But like, I've had them for like a week, and I just haven't opened them because I'm kind of like. I did clear off a shelf though. There. Might have to open these at some point. I can do it. I didn't open the. Did I open the Oki statue on stream? I have no idea if I did. Who knows? Who cares? I'm gonna wander over to this tree. Heavy breathing. Thursday stream equals unboxing. Sure, we can do that. It'll be just as jank as the last time, which was pretty jank, and I think involved screaming. It usually does. I found the burnt oak station. This was the place I was supposed to go. I don't know how or why, but at some point my camera got bound to the movement of the bike, and it's really confusing. What are you doing? I do like the fat cat with the knife. That's good. I like the fat cat emotes. Big fan. What the fuck was that? Loud. That guy's running. Okay. The mask caster sits. Moving inside. Hey. Is that a robot's... No, it's just a normal bug. I don't care then. I thought you... Hey, you're tall. The guard before me stands tall. Her posture shaped by duty, uniform weathered by year. Posture shaped by duty, uniform weathered by year. Hello there, young glider. Nearly startled by the force of her greeting, but her voice is comforting something, warm and welcoming. I greet her with accidental enthusiasm of a traveler finding a friend. She smiles behind the mask, I think. Pretty sure I'm going to be at work for your next stream. Get to. Always nice to meet a fellow adventurer, especially now. How are you faring so far? I need sleep. Don't we all? But don't you feel lucky that you can make a bed under the stars? Think about the balled up fabric and smoothed out rock that will make my next pillow. And many to come. My neck aches faintly at the thought of how many nights I'll spend this way. Possible I'm romanticizing it a little bit. You see, I'm getting ready to leave on my second gliding. Cheers the confusion in my silence. Did no one tell me of the second gliding? I suppose it isn't a real second gliding, but it's how I'm thinking about it. A chance to see the world again and how it's changed. I'm in an Ickring Guard, you see. Or I was an Ickring Guard. But 3 days ago, I'm officially retired. You've seen the way the others looked at me. There's a laugh in her voice. All of them were so baffled to see me go, telling me how I'd missed the big city. Few of them even felt sorry for me. Like, what would you do? What would I do now that my life's purpose is complete? Can you imagine? That was Seneko saying, get to, not Raven, being at work. Oh. I try to, but I can barely muster a view of my purpose. My purpose's start, let alone its end. Shake my head. I said thank you for all the strange condolences, but tomorrow marks the first time in decades I'll wake up in the morning and have absolutely no idea what lies ahead. I've never been more excited. Don't get me wrong, I've loved my work. I even love the noise and the bustle of Ekria. I've spent enough of my life standing around looking hard. Time to explore. Her glee is infectious. Ask where she'd like to go. I'm headed to the Badlands, I think. I want to see the Bridge of the Betrayed. If you haven't already, you should definitely go and see it yourself. Go with the northern Badlands, southwest of me. I nod, trying to keep the directions in mind, and Elizabeth gives me a little tap. I'll see you up there. Every time I look at the animations, I'm just like, eh. Kinda hate them, but also they're fine. What the hell's this? The hell's this? The fuck is this? The fuck is that? The fuck are those? Viking, I have to ask, what's it like probably spending an entire day at work without anyone saying fuck to you? Like, I gotta assume that you do not hear the F word as much as you did when you worked with me. I say it a lot. I got an egg. Nowhere close. I'm sure the mechanics say it every now and then. I think my game is glitching out. I was supposed to talk to a mechanic. Oh, they're probably over there. Anyways, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. Especially when they can't find tools and think one of us took it. Why would one of you take it? Seems weirdly unnecessary. Anyways, I'm going to bed. That's a lie. That's what we say. Yeah, I know, right? That's a lie. First, I'm going to log into Apex to see if I got the thing that Raven tried to send me. And then I'm going to go to bed. No. First, I'm going to log into Apex to see if I got the thing Raven was trying to send me. Then I'm going to log into 14 and do the Beast Tribe that I forgot to do earlier. Then I'm going to bed. Either way, good night. Have a good one. I'll see you on fucking Tuesday. Fucking piss off.